Hey!
Hey guys! Oh, good.
Hey.
Hey, what's up? Hey guys, how's it going? And welcome to Tales from the Undertaker. I am Michael from Pathfinder. With me, of course, is my beautiful crew from Color Circuit. How you guys doing?
Good.
Good.
How are you,
well.
Michael?
I have a request from
Oh,
the
wait,
editor, real quick,
Yeah, go on.
to change the description on our video, please. Did
Yes,
it?
Yeah.
Was it?
It says Tales from the Undertaker Chapter 2.
Oh,
episode
okay.
4.
All right. I was
What
like,
was it
Oh
before?
no, wait.
it said like
Give me a
burnt
second, let me
bagel. I
deal
was
with
like,
him. I'll deal with him.
Michael's gone.
All right, there you go. Sorted the editor out. Okay. So yeah, welcome to Tales from the Undertaker. Of course, as I mentioned, I am Michael, and we are here to play a very cool custom horror game that I've been writing for, like, I think going on 9 years now. I'm very excited about it. I love it a bit, and my players have been doing a fantastic job working through the horrifying land of Ustala. Well, you're alive, aren't you? Wait, I shouldn't say that, really.
Yeah, that's true.
I shouldn't really.
We've only lost one
You have
person.
actually- you
Yeah.
still have lost one person. May she rest in peace.
pretty horrifyingly, too.
But if you you know me, she won't rest in peace at all. So yeah, basically what we do here today is we run a live Pathfinder game via Twitch, and we have you guys in the audience participating with the events that occur. So as the game goes on, I will be calling out for numbers between 1 to 51, and what I then do is I pick up this awesome little deck of mine, I flip it open, and I select the number that has been nominated, and I will then play out whatever card has been said as a bit of an improv addition to the story as it goes. We also do things like we have NPCs that get created as the audience members, bring them up, and we have a lot of fun. There's no point, watching a live game if you can't participate in some way. So, feel free to chat to us in the texts, and enjoy yourself as we go through. Now, as always, we are going to start this with a recap from our very favorite. Oh God. Okay, never mind. That didn't happen. Very favorite character, and that, of course, is none other than the Undertaker.
I wish he had theme music.
Greetings and salutations, and welcome once again to Tales from the Undertaker. I am the Undertaker, keeper of the dead and teller of grisly tales. When last we left our heroes, they were in the town of Undorno, trying to go on a valiant hunt for the infamous White King, a stag that has been plaguing this land for quite some time. So much so that every year the town hosts a festival so that hunters, sweepers, and others from around the society can gather together to try and hunt the great beast. Several people, however, have come this year with more than the beast in mind to hunt. The Grinders Gears, a group of mercenaries, bandits, and brigands led by none other than the half-orc Grinder, have definitely packed a lot more than needed to catch an elk. We also see some fresh faces that have been inspired by the acts of none other than the Howlin' Agency, which of course is these people, into becoming sweepers themselves. This, of course, being Levy, Lachlan, and Spencer, but they're green around the neck, and, well, we know what tends to happen to the inexperienced in Ustalav. Last but certainly not least, of course, is the friends of the group. Gabriel and Aaron, two sweepers that they had met on the road after a long travel. These two have worked well for a long time and make the journey every year to Andorno to hunt the beast. But something has gone wrong this year. After embarking on a hunt, traveling up a river, and facing off with a mighty manticore, our group managed to track what they thought might have been the White King, but turned out to be a megaloceros, a large, hulking stag creature, which they managed to slay. Or, well, princess slay, shall we say. And the body of the elk was brought for a grand feast that evening. Everyone was reveling and enjoying in the hunt and preparing for the next day's adventure when out of the shadows lurched a blood-soaked figure, a half-orc dragging the chewed and desiccated remains of two bandits. This was none other than Grinder, who had suffered a terrible attack. Let us see if what lurks in the shadows is coming for more than just Grinder.
And I miss him.
All right. I miss him so much. Miss him so bad.
He was missing an arm, right?
All right. He was missing an arm. So as mentioned before, yes, he stepping out of the forest, soaked in blood, teeth marks over his shoulder, an arm ripped off, dragging with like ropes hung over his shoulder. These two dead bodies. Grinder steps out into the light of the festival and collapses on the floor, but not before whispering, "Help." All right, what do you guys do?
I rush up to Grinder and I check him instantly. I see if he's bleeding out or what I can do.
Oh, he's certainly bleeding out at this point.
I want to pick him up and ask Drell, come, help.
Yes, yes, of course. Yeah, Dralt runs over.
As you wrap your arm around him and you lift him, you realize that the pressure has basically caused more of the blood to start pouring out without like any kind of bandage, first aid, or tourniquet. He's gonna bleed out before you take him anywhere.
Oh crap. Is there any way I can like kind of like grab it and squeeze it so that the blood won't come out, almost like a handmade tourniquet?
You have a belt.
All right, I'll use the belt then.
All right. Yep. Using your belt, can you make me a heal check, please?
I'm not trained in heal. Is that okay?
It's not a.
That's
it's not a
perfectly
trade-on.
fine.
Okay. 15.
With a 15, you easily staunch the bleeding and are able to get him. Well, basically, as you pick him up and sort of take him over to get treatment, a hobgoblin named Donovan, his right-hand man, approaches you and sort of looks at you kind of angrily, but at the same time respectfully, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't like what you're doing, but he appreciates it. And he says, "We'll take it from here. All right."
I would imagine so.
Yeah, it's all you, Donovan.
Go for it.
He says, boys, you got injured." And, a couple more of them go and grab the two that Grinder was dragging. One of them, you see, sort of just looks at the other and he's like, lifting up, like, okay, and he gestures at another person. So there's two bodies. One of them gets dragged away by one guy. And the other one gets dragged away in two pieces by two other guys.
Oh my god.
Dang.
All right. Everyone
He'll
sort of
he'll
starts
probably be
murmuring.
fine.
There are two of him, Drell.
Well,
Ladies and gentlemen,
it'll be
for those of
twice
you
as
who do
he'll be twice as fine.
For those of you who do not know, Geralt suffers from a very rare mental condition in which he cannot perceive the concept of death or the dead around him. So yes, continuing on, as you can kind of feel the fear that lingers in the air at the moment. Like the atmosphere of the festival has kind of become very somber, very sullen. Like everyone's kind of nervous. Do you wish to do anything or say anything to them?
Completely
Maybe-
misreading the situation, and because it worked well the last times that I did it, Darby's gonna light off some fireworks.
All right.
They
Make
liked
an
this
attack
last
roll.
time.
Make an attack roll.
No way.
Do you roll a natural 20?
No, I rolled a natural 1.
Oh shit.
Oh god.
All right. So as you pull up one of your larger fireworks, and you place it pretty much firmly in the ground, getting ready to fire it into the air. You set it ablaze, and it starts to sizzle. But as it does so, one person gets startled and says, "Ah!" You know, as they hear the sound of the fuse. Darby sort of also gets startled by that person and knocks it to the ground. It now aims directly at the festival, at the banquet table. Could you make another attack roll for me, please? As it basically begins to careen towards the tables.
What do I add for this?
It's a ranged attack.
So dex.
So anything you would add to a ranged attack. So yep, your dexterity plus your base attack.
Yeah, that's mainly what I was wondering.
By the way, good start. You know, just saying.
We're starting out strong.
22.
All right, with a 22, the bolt fires, and you can actually see Yuri, the innkeeper, the guy who's works at the tavern. He is standing nearby the table when the explosion goes off and sends him flying backwards with as this large bang explodes. You can see that bits of deer are just flying through the air. They're just landing with this smell of like burnt gunpowder and meat just all over the place. Everyone sort of like begins to panic, and they sort of start running around.
What the fuck?
The mayor sort of
Dobby, what
stands
the
up.
hell are you doing?
I was just gonna
Dobby.
light fireworks. Everybody seemed tense.
Very inappropriate.
This is very inappropriate. We have people that are suffering immensely right now.
Yes, people who
But
are.
they liked the fireworks before, so.
Well, they don't like it when you shoot them directly at
that
them.
was unintentional.
Oh my god.
Yuri is unconscious on the floor.
Is he okay, Dobby?
No.
You see some people have rushed over to him to try and look to him. People are definitely panicking in the area. You could see that the mayor sort of stood up and tried to tell everyone, people, calm down. It was okay. It was just an accident. Listen, we were gonna call an end to the festivities tonight. Thank you all for your attendance. We will see that poor Yuri is taken care of. But for now, could you all please return to your homes? We have a big day tomorrow. Thank you very much, and have a good night. And some people are kind of like, ooh, okay, but okay. And you see some people sort of dragging Yuri back to the inn. So yeah, by the way, welcome to the chat. I see we've got a couple of new people here. If you don't know what is going on, there is currently a festival where someone has been found unconscious, bleeding, and potentially dying. In response, after performing basic first aid on that person, Darby decided that it would be a good idea to shoot a firework. However, the firework went horribly awry and blew up in the center of town. The town now hates Darby. Darby, for the rest of the time that you spend here, you will take a -5 penalty on any charisma-based thing you do in town.
Sweet.
Does that balance out with his other ones, or is it just 0 now?
No. It is -5 instead of +5.
Yeah.
The +5 was just with the mayor.
Yeah.
No, it's
All right.
bad.
It's all bad. All right. So, from this point, you guys can either decide to go and investigate, obviously, the place where Grinder sort of lurched out covered in blood. You could return to the inn, maybe see how Yuri's doing. You could talk to various individuals in their domiciles, or you could call it for the night and go hunting in the morning.
Gabriel's still out there, Dobby. I want to make sure that he's not gonna end up like Grinder over here.
Yeah. Yeah, I would. Darby would like to go check where Grinder, like just the immediate area that Grinder came out of, and also
all right,
like
so-
just not be in town.
Okay. So Sorora looks over at Khalil and says, I agree. I think that we should be going and looking for Gabriel as well. I think, I like Gabriel, and I don't want to see him lost in the woods, especially if there's something that can do that to Grinder. Overhearing this, Aaron, of course, being Gabriel's partner, suggests that he and Sorora go looking for Gabriel that night.
Oh, does he?
Because
Oh.
because Sorora can heal, guys. And if need be, then she can help. In the meantime, however, you guys should look into Grinder and see about tracking down whatever it is did this.
Yes.
Yes.
It'll probably make us a bunch of money.
So you can buy more
I do like
fireworks.
money.
Yes.
Oh, I make
Aaron.
those.
Take care
don't
of
buy
Sora,
them.
please. If you need anything, find a way to announce your presence to us.
Oh, it is quite all right. We have flares and we have plenty of rations, and I will ensure you that her safety will be my top priority. It makes no difference if we have to sacrifice lives to go and save one.
Yes, of course. Yes.
All right. Well, good luck on your investigation, and I hope you all the best.
You too. I hope
Bye,
that
guys.
Gabriel is okay.
Goodbye, Sora.
Goodbye. Good luck.
All right. And Sorora, and off Sorora goes. Never to be heard from again.
Damn.
We'll find her severed head
All right.
later.
Okay, so the three of you move over to the part of the dense vegetation. You could see that obviously there's a very clear path of blood that just seems to be trailed into the forest here. You can make a survival check if you want to see if you can track the blood
Yep.
back to where the attack happened,
Doing it.
or alternatively you can investigate the sort of the remains, I suppose, of the guys who got killed.
No, I can't.
You don't want to investigate?
I can't.
I thought
I can't. I don't. I can't
I
investigate.
thought the
dead
corpses
bodies.
left. So I
Oh.
thought they were dragged away piece by piece.
They were, but that doesn't mean you can't
You
go
can
and
go find
investigate
them.
Oh, okay.
I got a 28 to track where Grinder
Okay,
came
with
from.
with the 28, you realize that the tracks lead back up to the north. You can see that the blood trail is obviously fresh, but it looks as though like the wound may have possibly been opened within like a couple hours.
Okay.
So it looked as though he was attacked on his way back, rather than on the way
Okay, yeah.
during the hunt.
Okay.
Wait, Dobby, before we go, do you think it's a good idea to go, like, make sure these bodies don't have some weird contamination or
Well, I'm not
infection?
like going on a full investigation now. It's almost nighttime. I was just
No,
checking.
no, just look at the body. Oh, we're not leaving. You don't want to go into the actual forest.
No.
I wouldn't mind going into the forest. That sounds pretty. I mean, there's something pretty nasty out there, and I would like to punch it in the face.
Well, Sora and Gabriel
What time is
are
it
out there.
right now?
It is about 8 p.m.
That's plenty of
The
time.
illumination
have
of
to-
the lantern lights in town are the predominant source of light.
Well, it is pretty dark out there.
I would say
could
that
just,
pick it up in the morning.
Get a few drinks, party a little bit, pick it up in the morning.
I could create light. I mean, I'm worried about Sora and Aaron being out there with this creature.
Are there any shops open right now?
Open, no, but you do know that that the shopkeeper lives in his shop, like just above it,
So, is it like part of the?
which is of course,
Sorry.
what's his name? His name is not Dryad.
I was just wondering if I could buy some like potions from him real quick before we decide to take off.
His name is Sabro Jitterwinker.
Oh yeah, that's Sabriel
Um,
Twiddledinker.
You kind of feel as though it might be an imposition to ask for stuff, but then again, when has that ever stopped Geralt?
Yeah, that's a good point. Geralt's not going to give a crap.
Are you worried, Geralt?
Am I worried about what?
Death?
Why would I be worried about death? I've never died before.
No, no one has. Of course not.
Yeah, so why would I be worried about it now?
Let's get some potions then. You can go barge down the door.
All right, yeah, they're gonna go over there.
All right, you head over to head over to the general store.
Let's make it quick.
As you do so, you can definitely still see the light is on, and you knock on the door, and of course, a small pink-haired gnomish shopkeeper emerges from within, and he sort of looks at you, and he seems a bit confused. He sort of unlocks the door and opens it just a little, and says, good evening.
Hello, how are you?
Hi.
Hi. Yeah, I'm doing well. You're not here to buy fireworks, are you? Because I've been told I'm not allowed to sell you any.
We are not. However, we are planning on heading out to investigate what has happened
We
this
need
night,
potions.
and we'd really like to buy some potions beforehand.
Oh, well, I mean, it is late, and the shop is closed.
Those are
but,
very good observations, but we would really like to buy some
there's-
potions from you.
Perchance a very terrifying, dangerous monster that could wander into this town and kill you.
A monster.
Yes,
So,
definitely a monster.
I think-
It ripped that orc guy's arm off.
And killed
Oh my
a few
god.
others.
They're really good at.
That's horrifying.
Yes,
Roll
You're
an
really good at
intimidation
keeping
check.
people.
an intimidation check. Let me see. 10.
You should leave. Yeah, there's a monster coming.
Yeah, he basically says, "Yeah, you should get out of here. If there's a monster, I'd be hiding inside. In fact, I am inside." Click.
Damn it.
Can't diplomacy? Excuse me, sir. It's in your best interest.
It's not gonna work, man.
Sir, we'd.
That's the shutters.
I feel like villains have it.
Sir,
so much
I would
easier to
really
draw.
rather not break down your door
Please
just to get
don't.
some damn potions.
Just wait till they're open in the morning.
All right. Yeah, maybe we should call it a night.
Can we at least go? We'll go 10 minutes out, just around the area.
Sure, that's what I was
You
planning
win
on
this
doing
round,
anyway.
General Shopkeeper.
Well played with your door.
Jeez, door.
And opening hours.
Damn it! It's like a real
Okay.
video game.
All right, so you can. So if you want to, you can still go and investigate the bodies, including the grinder.
I guess we're gonna go like 10 minutes out.
Geralt's
at the
gonna
bodies first?
gonna
Do you wanna
bail.
look at the bodies first?
Geralt's gonna just
Geralt's
just gonna be like, you know what? You go check it out. I'm gonna head and get a drink at the bar.
Geralt's running away from a fight.
I'm not running away. This just seems
We're
like an
gonna
immense
get
waste
into
of
a-
time
I'm
that I
sure
could be
there's a
using
few trees to
drinking.
push.
You go. To
I don't
the
really
inn
want
in
to
order
fight
try-
trees.
You argue as you head over to the inn, looking to get a drink. As you make your way there, you open the door, and inside you can see laid out on the table is Yuri, who is currently being tended to by the physician. As you enter, a quiet falls over the tavern as everyone looks at you.
It was him. First off, we apologize.
Hello.
I love the leader of the Howlin' Agency is like, all right, Darby, straight under the bus with you.
It was an accident. We are here to help, of course.
Look,
Um,
don't listen to this guy. No one really got hurt. You're all just being a bunch of whiners. It's fine.
Darby's going to go into the room without even looking at anybody and just walk straight to wherever they're staying and closes the door.
as you can tell, he's very, very sad and apologetic.
Look, yeah, he feels bad about it. Let's everybody just calm down.
Very remorseful. Very remorseful. All right, so from our audience members, it is that time again. Could I please get a number between 1 and 51, and we will see what happens to these guys during their evening stay. Ooh, 43 from Streamhouse and 33 from Zergling. Also, welcome guys, and it's good to see you guys again. Let's see, 33. I should probably go the right way. Oh, okay, that's a good one for Zergling. And, well, a good one for Zergling, terrible one for you guys. And a 43. 43. Oh, okay, this is going to get weird.
Gerald and Gerald make love.
All right.
He's a very attractive
I
man.
am
Let's
trying-
everybody just. It's fine. Everybody
You
gets
don't-
one.
Do you only think he's attractive because his name's similar to yours?
I mean, I have a very attractive name. What do you expect?
All right, guys. I'm gonna show you a technique that that we don't use often on live stream, but we do use it in private games, and that is everyone take a very quick 2-minute drink break. As in, you guys take off your headset so I can talk to the audience.
Oh wow.
Oh.
And
How long
and
can I
piss off
actually
the
go
guy.
get a drink?
Yeah, literally go get a drink. Literally go get a drink and stuff like that. I'll keep the audience
All
company.
right.
I'm gonna stand
All
up
right,
a bit.
so I assume they can't hear me now. So, all right, guys. So basically, this technique here is if you ever have to improv, at a table, it's always a good idea to kind of make sure that you know what you're doing. So, as mentioned, I've got the 2 cards from today, which are lust and sanity checks. So I've got no idea where to go with that because obviously no one wants to engage in any kind of lust with these guys, and of course, sanity check means it's got to go kind of in a bad way. So let's take a look. What we normally do is we just go into Google and we look up seductress demon, seductress monsters. So just look that up on Google. Legendary creatures. Okay, you just kind of pick that up. Let's see. There's Hindus ones, harpies, mermaids, nymphs, succubus, witchcraft, witches, fairies. Ah, here's a good one. Okay, the Buckeye. The Buckeye were angered or intoxicated fae that are attractive women who were attracted to basically revelries and things like that, but succumbed to the madness of a particular type of grape that was used to basically, you know, tend to the gods. They now carry jugs and they try to calm their victims' emotions before devouring them.
We're still in chat mode.
That is terrifying. All right, let's throw one of these at them, shall we? And let's make that happen. So any suggestions? Any suggestions from the audience about how we want to include these Buckeye? So these kind of ravenous, monstrous, drunk kind of monsters that are going to seduce one of the group members. Okay, actually, let's start with that. In the audience. G'day, princess. Okay, so who should be seduced in the group? Let's go with that.
You're very animated. I'm scared.
Name a person. Name a person. So Khalil, Darby, or Gerald. Who should be the one seduced? Just leave the message in the chat. Let me know. Yep. Being seduced by a monster. Darby. We got to vote for Darby? All right, so Darby it is. Okay, so Darby is going to get seduced by the Buckeye monster.
I can slightly hear.
And let's have a look. Okay, cool. All right, I got something. All right, sweet.
Oh, ready to go.
All right, let's do this.
I heard that Gerald's making love to a camel.
Geralt is making love to a
Alright.
camel. Okay, so going straight into it, we actually look as you guys go up to as Darby goes up to retire. Khalil, you're doing the same.
I'm trying to be as best PR as possible with the people downstairs.
You realize that it's one of those things that's best to let everyone sleep off.
Okay. Then I'll go to my room, I guess.
Drolt's gonna get
Alright,
some
and-
drinks for sure, of course.
I wanna look at those bodies actually.
You notice.
if they're
Okay, well, we'll get to the bodies.
Okay.
We'll definitely get to the bodies. Geralt, you realize that there's no one to serve you alcohol.
Even better, I can serve myself.
You sort of lean over and you sort of grab a bottle. As you do, some of the townsfolk are kind of like, "Oi, don't steal drinks."
I'm gonna pay for it, but if there's no one here, I guess I'd self-service.
The only reason why there's no one here is because your guy had the nerve to like launch a firework at him.
Hey, that had nothing to do with me. That was all him. I just want a drink right now, all right?
At this point, one of the town's women sort of steps forward with a rolling pin, and she looks you up and down and she says, "I think you need to put that back."
Oh boy, it's gonna be one of these nights, huh? All right.
Dobby, he gets prepared. to fight.
Droltz, can I do like a perception check to see if anybody else is kind of getting up?
Yeah. Oh no, you don't need to make a perception check. They're all like
Everybody's
watching you.
You get
Everyone's watching
You
you.
get
Oh,
mad stink
man.
eye from the whole town.
There's about 7 people here with their eyes fixed on Geralt.
Oh boy, here we go. All right, do I have the drink already or no?
You have the drink in your hand, yeah.
All right, Drolt's just gonna kind of. I just want a drink. This is all I want. I don't want any trouble.
As you raise your drink, she sort of raises her rolling pin at the same speed.
Geralt, just pay them. Just drop like 10 gold.
And as soon as and then she
God, you have no
She
concept
swing-
of
she-
money.
she swings it. She takes a swing at in front of you and smashes the glass out of your hand.
All right, well now we're just wasting beer here.
And then she points at you, like she sort of like uses the tip of the rolling pin and points at your chest. You need to leave.
Look, I just want a drink. If there's another place in town for me to get a drink, I will happily get out of here.
Oh yeah, I know a place. It's at the top of the hill. Go dunk your head in a trough up there.
All right, I'm
Damn rummy.
All right, Gerald jumps over the counter and he's just gonna start pouring himself another beer.
Oh my god!
Alright. Okay, at this point, 2 of the larger men jump up and rush over to the bar where Geralt is. All right. Meanwhile, Khalil has left the establishment and has made his way across town to where the grinders' bodies are being buried, which is of course at the Temple of Eristil, known as the Bolting Boar. As you arrive there, you see that the priest is already mid ceremony, and he's kind of like prepping the body for the service. And as you approach, he sort of sees you. He kind of has a stern look on his face after the events of the evening, but you know he doesn't sort of shy you away, and he just sort of nods at you.
Hi, how are you?
Well, I've been better.
Are you still
Been dealing with
weird about the dead body I brought this morning? Is that still a thing?
Yes, and there are yet another 2 bodies here which need attendance.
Yeah.
It is definitely a dangerous period of time, and I'm sorry to see that so many have lost their lives today.
It's very unfortunate. Yes. Can I take a look at them? The more I know, the easier it will be for me to kill or stop whatever has been doing this.
Certainly. It's still late and the Undertaker hasn't arrived yet, so feel free to examine the body until he does so.
Thank you. I'm walking.
He sort of returns to his duties. Looking at the body, make a perception check as you start to investigate. You sort of peel back the sort of the shirt, and you sort of take a look underneath the collar.
13.
With a 13, you find what appear to be giant wolf bites throughout the body. You look at the lower half of one of the corpse that was ripped in half, and you find that the body itself was torn asunder by force, almost as if like bitten in half, like literally like some sort of thing had grabbed hold of a foot and then just pulled and ripped and tore it backwards.
Like the body that's been torn in half?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
The second one appeared to have died after suffering a bite to the neck. You do notice something else rather peculiar, and that is, of course, that there is apparently tufts of wolf fur in some of the wounds, but the wolf fur, the flesh that's attached to it, seems to be necrotized, so from a dead corpse.
Oh, as if like the bite itself was necrosis.
No, as if the flesh of the wolf.
Oh. Okay, like the flesh itself was rotting of the wolf.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So, with that information, you are now, well, basically you've learned all you can from the corpses, and you begin to make your way back to the inn. Darby,
Yes.
when you enter the inn, you find that your bed is warm and inviting, and you decide to rest and
Well,
sleep off.
I did actually have
bed.
something that I wanted to do when I went into the room.
Oh, did you? Okay, please.
I wanted to try to craft two things.
Mm-hmm.
A healing potion
Yep.
and chill cream. And I was also going...
It will take you a couple of hours to do this. It would make it late into the evening, and you may possibly risk fatigue should you attempt it.
That's fine.
Okay.
I'm going to do that, and I'm also going to draft an apology letter to, what was the NPC's name?
Yuri?
Yuri.
Roanoke.
Yeah.
All right. As you do so, there is a knock at the door.
I will attempt to ignore it.
Yes, good. Good.
It's very Darby.
Smart
I
move.
don't disagree with you.
Yeah, that sounds like something you would do, so.
That is. A few moments later, there is another knock at the door.
I'm gonna wait one more time. If they knock one more time, I'll answer.
It's like if they knock one more time, I'm gonna get an explosive.
Supercharged.
All right, so Eddie, I'm sending you an image for this particular thing.
I can't even look at it.
And hopefully we'll chuck that on.
That's what she said. Drell's about to fight the entire town.
Yeah.
I'm not even there.
I mean, we all see what's coming.
Drell gets murdered by the town.
I'd rather
All
not
right.
have to fight all these people, but you know what? I really, really need a drink. It was a very stressful day.
All right. I don't entirely blame. I mean, I do blame him, but I don't entirely blame him.
I'm also actually an alcoholic, so
Oh, that's fair.
All right. So as the knocking comes for a third time,
Yes, what is it?
sir, may I please have a word? A soft, effeminate voice, not unlike my own, is heard coming from. Shut up. Is heard coming from the hallway.
All right.
I'm a delicate flower, all right.
Yes, one moment, and then Darby's going to get up and have his weapon on him, but not drawn. Like, just make sure he has it, and then I'll open the door.
All right. As you open the door, you see this. Ta-da! I think. Did it work?
Mm-hmm. It's there.
Okay. All right, you see this beautiful blonde woman wearing what appears to be this long white robe. She seems to carry in her hand a pitcher of wine, and she says, I know that what happened earlier was an accident, and I wanted to just thank you.
You wanted to thank
my
me for an
sister-
accident?
Well, no, my sister is... the mayor is my father. My name is Audrey Palmer.
Oh.
You saved my sister yesterday. And despite what happened, I just wanted to express my thanks to you. And she sort of starts to walk in. And as she does, the top of her robe sort of slides off ever so slightly. Do you like how I mean, I know I'm wearing a black shirt. I'm under a black shirt because that's how I roll. But you imagine you could kind of like.
Yeah. No, I got what you're doing. I got it.
It's a little.
There you go. That's it. No. Okay. Anyway.
As she tries to come in, Darby doesn't just let her come in. He'll he's like, "Oh, you want to thank me for saving your sister?"
Yes.
Was that what that wine was for?
It's among the things that I wished to present to you. She then walks over to your alchemy lab, and she says, "Is that a small handheld centrifugal device?"
Yes, it is.
I thought they only had them in the city, and I thought they were immense. Yours is so compact.
Yes, well, this is my travel kit.
Wow, you must be very skilled. I've dabbled in potion crafting myself. Tell me, do you use an aux central capacitor for your glibbly glop thing that I can't actually? I don't know alchemy. Okay?
I don't either. I don't either. But in response, I'll pull out one of the potions I have and be like, "Oh, if you know alchemy at all, do you know what this is?"
She sort of inspects the glass, and she sort of looks at you. She purses her lip, and she sort of blows inside the tube, and then she sort of takes a breath, and she says, "I assume you're making the potion of healing." Or are you talking about the oil?
Oh, no. That stuff I was making. This is one of my prepackaged potions that I was gonna drink.
Oh, right.
That I had made for today.
All right, let's find out. She makes a spellcraft check and rolls a 19.
Okay.
She identifies it and she says.
I was just about to drink it. It's a potion to detect thoughts.
Oh.
And she sort of holds it close to her, and she says, well, and she sort of leans in forward. She's sort of still holding the glass. She's like, well, if you wanted to know what I was thinking, maybe I could give you a clue. And she sort of leans forward and kisses you.
Oh my god.
He just kind of goes super rigid. He just doesn't move. He just
just like. All right. And by the way, this isn't like the Strix that Darby hooked up with before, where it was kind of a mutual, literal monster mash. This is actually a really, really attractive woman.
Did that
her charisma
as an alternative to fighting.
You what?
I had sex with the Strix so that we could get away.
Oh my god. That was the worst moment.
Yeah. Falling on that grenade, as it's called. Yeah. All right, so I know the lingo. All right, so as she kisses you, please make me a will save.
Oh.
That is a 10.
If it was me, I would.
You are enraptured by this woman and her charming gaze. You feel as though you can kind of relax around her. She sort of takes a step back from you and sort of pours you a glass of the wine, as well as herself, and she sort of sits on your bed and gestures for you to join her.
Yep, I'll join. No longer rigid.
All right.
Well.
All right.
Well.
All right. While of course Darby is enjoying this, downstairs, Geralt is wrestling with two large, very, very, very large people as they lean over the counter, grab him by the arms, and they're like, "All right, that's it. We've had enough of you and your shit." And they basically lift him together and slam him on the counter. Your CMD, I assume, is less than 26.
Yeah, it's less than 26.
as
Actually,
he
it's
gets
not. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, it's less than 26.
As these two guys grab hold of his arms and slam him crashing into the table, you knock over a few of the glasses and stuff like that. Geralt is sitting there like, you're not grappled, but you're kind of on your back. The woman grabs hold of like this the rolling pin that she had and looks like she's gonna try and knock you the hell out. What do you do?
Well, I guess we got a fight on our hands. He's gonna smash the tankard or whatever. He's gonna smash it into one of the guys' heads that's holding him down.
I'm gonna point out the tankard that you have is just a handle of broken glass, and doing so would be the equivalent of shanking someone.
All right, he's gonna throw it, and then he's just gonna brawler's flurry one of the guys for non-lethal damage.
Okay, drops the handle. Okay, make your attacks.
Let's see here. 19 for the first one. And definitely not enough for the second one. The second one is, let's see here, 10, 13, 11.
11? With an 11, you do not hit, but the 13 will, as you turn around, you wham! Hit the guy who's like got you on the back. Basically you feel your fist collide with his jaw. He sort of shudders for a moment, kind of slacking up and giving you a bit of loose. Leverage that you can actually pull yourself back to your feet if you wish to.
Yeah, absolutely. Geralt jumps up.
All right. Yep. Yep, you do. So the old woman takes a swing at your kneecaps because you're now standing on the bar. She gets an 11 to hit you.
That doesn't hit.
As you basically leap up and just as she just swings around to try and clobber you. The other guy who sort of not the one that you've punched in the face, because you punched this guy, his nose is broken and he's sort of bleeding and he's sort of holding his face in pain. The other one goes, "Oi!" and he tries to take a really big swing at you. Oh crap. Okay, hang on.
Oh no.
No!
Are you kidding me?
Crit.
26 to confirm a crit.
Yeah,
Oh my
that
god.
confirms a
Crit cards, do
Oh
the
my
crit
God.
cards, do the crit cards.
Wait, I'm gonna get a crit.
Are you having fun dealing with the repercussions of my actions?
Yes, actually, this is thrilling.
All right. So, could I get you to make me a fortitude save? As when he punches you, he is going to launch you backwards into the bar itself.
What did you roll?
What do you think I rolled?
A natural 1.
Yeah.
Oh, and literally almost like a squash racket hitting a squash ball. You hear this thump and a bang as he hits the back of the wall.
God.
Several bottles of booze like break onto him as they fall from the shelf above. You take a little bit of damage, but we won't calculate it because it'll get healed by the end of the night. And they're definitely not fighting to the death. But you're definitely you sort of get up. You're soaking in alcohol. There's broken glass literally everywhere. You're fuming. You are so mad.
Yeah, that sounds about right. All right. Drolt's gonna get up and he's just gonna be like, all right, so we got a fight on our hands, I guess. And he's gonna chug he's just gonna chug one of the things to gain
Grabs a bottle and chugs it in the fight.
to gain what is it, bleeding attack.
All right, so grabbing hold of like the bottom half of a bottle, right? There's like you know, like the wine glass. There's a wine bottle, and then it's sort of snapped in half. He grabs it and uses it like a cup filled with wine, and just chugs it back before smashing it on the ground. And now he acquires the bleeding attack action. So now you can attack if you want to.
All right. Yeah, so he's going to attack the guy that just punched him. He's pretty pissed off at this guy.
All right, leaping over the table, you
attack?
lunge.
All of my attacks deal 1d4 of bleeding damage.
Like you make them
Yeah, I make them bleed.
bleed with your blood?
No, I like
that
I
Batman
punch
machine.
I basically punch them so hard that I make them bleed.
Okay. As opposed to regular punching.
Yeah.
All right, make your attack.
Not good. 12.
No, with a 12, that's fine.
All right.
You leap back up onto the bar. You grab him by the back of his head, and you bang, bring that down on your knee as you follow it through and land. Again, just like the other guy, his nose starts to bleed, and he's like, "Ooh!" At this point, some of the other patrons that were looking after Yuri sort of have started panicking, and they're like, well, "Okay, well, shit, you know, we should get out of here." And they sort of have dragged Yuri out, preferably somewhere else.
Droll just kind of looks at everyone and he's like, "Look, I don't want to fight. I just want to drink, but I will kick everyone's ass in here."
Roll an intimidation check.
All right, let me see. What's my intimidate? I think it's all right. 12.
With a 12, you manage to everyone sort of backs off from you, except the old woman.
Wait, the one that hit me with the rolling pin?
Yeah.
All right,
That one.
all right, look, lady, I don't want to fight you. I don't like hitting women. I just want to drink.
She's like, "Then drink up, you bastard." And she swings for an 18 to hit.
My CMD is 18.
No, and just your
Just a
attack,
hit.
your AC.
She's attacking you. Straight up.
Oh,
hit.
just my AC.
Yeah.
Yeah, she hits me.
Alright. You take a clobber from this rolling pin. Make a fortitude save as she hits you.
8.
With an 8, all of a sudden you see these little stars as you collapse onto the ground. Alright. Meanwhile, Khalil. You are strolling on your way back after having visited the what do you call it? The graveyard.
Yes.
As you begin to walk, you get this strange sensation that maybe you're not alone, that something might be following you.
Hello?
Ooh, hang on, spooky music. All right.
You're getting followed by
You
spooky
don't hear a
music.
response. Make a perception check.
Oh, yes. Why do I keep rolling 13? I have a plus 10 bonus to perception, and I keep rolling 3s.
13.
It's
Yes.
dark out. What do you
Alright, with the-
expect?
All right, so let's do this. All right, as Khalil walks through the streets at night by himself, he can't see anything around him. A cold chill fills the air and sends shudders down his spine. He looks towards the forest and thinks he sees something moving.
Hello?
There is no response. There's the rustling of the bushes and the leaves, either by some manner of creature or the wind itself. He's not quite sure, but Khalil definitely feels a sense of impending dread.
Okay, I'm gonna walk back to the tavern.
Hello, Dread. How are you doing today?
Well, actually, Hello, Dread. How are you?
As you
Hello?
begin
How are
to walk
you?
a little bit how are you? Where are you? As you walk a little bit faster towards the tavern, you can hear the rustling become louder, as if something is really close.
Can I make another perception check?
You can.
It's probably right
You
there.
can also draw a weapon.
Yeah, it's on you.
Oh, okay. Then if it's that close, yeah.
All right. You reach for your belt. You draw forth your weapon. Nega Shane says, "Please let it be the gremlin."
Oh, I'm prepared for him.
You're like, oh yeah, it's on.
All right. Draws his weapon, looking into the forest as two figures burst forth. You see Sorora,
Oh.
accompanied by Gabriel.
What?
I think we have an artwork for Gabriel as well. That we'll throw up there so people can see.
Yeah, we've seen two. Both of them.
There we go. All right, so Sorora and Gabriel arrive, and they see you armed. Gabriel brings up his bow and sort of takes aim at you, and he sort of looks at you and says, "What are you doing?"
What are you doing? Where's Aaron?
Aaron came ahead. He's already here.
Why are you talking?
Right.
Because Aaron not here.
You don't have a tongue.
That's right. I totally did that. Let me rewind a bit. All of that was Sorora.
She's been working on her
Yes.
impressions and throwing her
I
voice,
am-
Throwing her voice.
and he's just
She's
opening
like,
his mouth.
"Isn't that amazing? Did you see how I did that? I spoke and it came out of his mouth. It was amazing."
That was very impressive, Sorora. Yes. Where's Aaron?
She says, "No, Aaron did come ahead. We met up with Gabriel. He wasn't too far away. He'd gotten turned around on the trail, but he still wanted to track to try and find the lair before daybreak."
Can I sense
Aaron
motive?
did-
On
Yeah.
On
Sorora?
Sorora?
It's a weird situation. And when it comes down to it, Quill's still kind of
Okay, hold on, wait. I'm gonna throw this out there, right? You know what Sorora's bluff check is, right?
Yeah, it's outrageously
Yeah.
I have a
high.
really high sense motive check.
You don't. She has like a plus 13 or something.
I'm not saying that she's lying. I'm just saying that if she were,
It's
I
hard
mean,
to tell. I get plus 15 on alchemy, but besides that, the rest of my
Let's
skills
see.
aren't super great.
well, you're an
But I am an alchemist. Yeah.
That's a 23.
With a 23, it seems as though she's on the level that apparently Aaron did not want to go looking for the lair in the middle of the night. Gabriel did, and Sorora liked Gabriel and doesn't want to see him get injured, so she accompanied Gabriel, and they found apparently a lair of what appeared to be like a ghoul wolf or something, like some sort of giant undead wolf. Gabriel managed to kill it, but yeah, no, it looks like there was a second one somewhere.
That makes sense. I found the corpses that were brought recently. They had puncture marks all over them, and there was undead like wolf flesh. Good job, Gabriel.
Oh, okay, well, Gabriel sort of nods at you.
And I guess Sorora as well.
Sorora nods at you as well. Sorora says, "Thank you. But it is getting late, it is getting cold, and I could really use a hot bath."
Oh, I'm sure you could. Winks at Gabriel.
Gabriel raises an eyebrow at you.
And Sorora probably like hisses at you.
Yeah.
She probably does. You see her sort of like, she sort of smiles at at Gabriel, and as she steps forward, you can feel like 3 very sharp prongs pressing against the inside of your thigh.
All right, let's go to sleep.
All right. Okay, so as you guys make your way to the tavern, you can see that some people are leaving in kind of a bit of a huff. And you can also see Khalil, Geralt, lying in the mud.
Geralt? People?
He is so unconscious. He is so unconscious.
Did you drink yourself asleep? I'm poking him.
Yeah, he sort of starts to stir as he slowly begins to wake.
Geralt, we did it. We found the stag.
What the hell are you talking about?
You've been asleep for a very long time.
What? What time is it?
I don't know, just joking. You were just laying here in the mud. What happened?
I think I drank too much.
Yeah.
You got a nasty welt on your head.
Oh, yeah, that was from that weird old lady. She was really strong. It was
Oh.
really unusual.
Maybe we could hire for the team. We need
Yeah,
some
that's
more
actually
people
not a bad
around.
idea. Let's do that.
All right. So as you sort of stir, you hear a crashing sound coming from upstairs in the inn, from where Darby was left.
Oh, run.
Yeah, we'll run up.
Sorora quickly heals you, but decides that she wants to look after Yuri while this is going on. As you begin to head up the stairs, could you roll me a strength check, please?
Ooh, both of us. Are you that confident in your strength?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
9. No, wait, 10.
9?
I rolled an 8. Khalil did.
Okay, one moment, please, while I just very quickly pull up.
I know you've already seen this, Khalil, but knock before you come in.
I've been through this with Geralt before.
There's a sock on the window. No. Okay. All right. So as you burst through the room, sorry, my computer is being very, very slow right now.
How dare you?
I would not want to see what Darby's socks look like.
Do you actually do you Khalil? Did you want to tell Geralt about what you'd found?
What do you mean about the puncture marks?
Yeah.
Did I have like a reasonable time to tell him between me finding him and running up to the room?
You have however long it takes for me to actually find this thing that I'm looking for.
By the running. Oh, by the way, the bodies had puncture marks on them. Like, remember when you got bit by that wolf?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the same thing, but it kind of is the same thing.
So their spines were ripped in half.
They were ripped in half.
I hope they're all right.
They're dead.
Well,
100% dead, Joel.
maybe like 80%.
Believe it
Probably
when-
still
he'll
alive.
believe it when he sees it.
I don't think that'll be the case.
That'd be really funny though.
It was dead
Alright,
too. It might
so
have something to
as-
do with, I don't know, it might have a connection to the one who ripped you in half, but I doubt it.
I would like another go at one of those things.
Well, he was special.
I
but
don't.
I wasn't there for that. I would have loved it.
Okay.
We almost died.
Actually, you guys
You
were pretty much
guys-
fine. I was the one that almost died.
I just
I
like
was pretty close.
I just
to
like
unconscious.
imagining that scene as
Oh.
Geralt just getting tossed around by a wolf while everyone was standing around. He's like, "Blah, blah, blah." like a chew toy with a
Well,
dog.
first it charmed him, and Geralt was attacking us.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Well, I think the lesson here is that, you know, whenever you're facing like a giant wolf, maybe you don't get into a grapple with it.
He tried to grapple the wolf.
He did.
Did I?
He did.
You're like,
Oh, that was a bad
you're
idea.
like Hercules trying to wrestle a lion.
I think that was after you went up there because it charmed you,
Yeah.
and then afterwards you were next to it and like, what? And then you tried to grapple it.
Yeah, that sounds right.
I can see it happening.
Yeah, that sounds pretty accurate.
At least you grabbed it. I would have hit my head on a
And I
rock,
threw
and
bombs
taken
at
10
it.
damage.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. All right. So I can't seem to find the thing I'm looking for. I mean, I know it exists, but there's a lot of content to go
Are
through.
you
and I'm
finally
not gonna
giving us
sit
a legendary item?
Darby's been kidnapped.
Yeah, totally. I'll absolutely give you the legendary item. No, Darby hasn't been kidnapped. All right, so your strength checks, what were they?
I rolled an 8.
And I got a 10.
Darby, you hear a thump at the door while you're enjoying your time with your lady companion. Thankfully, you have learnt since the last time that you had a evening visitor to not leave the door open,
and
that seems to have paid well.
And
paid off well.
I'm charmed right now, right?
You are. You really want to spend time with this woman.
Ignore it.
Hello! Are you alright, Darby?
Dralt is... wait, can Dralt do like a perception check to kind of see if he can figure out kind of what's going on?
Yeah, sure. Make a perception check.
Alright, let's see here. A 9.
It sounds as though someone's breaking stuff inside. You're not really sure what's going on, but
oh god,
stuff's definitely being broken.
Khalil, I think the Darby might be in danger.
Well, then we have to get in there.
We do.
I kicked the door in.
Aha! All right, make a strength check.
I should have had him help me.
Yeah, and Dralt's gonna do the same. He's gonna try and kick down the door after Khalil tries.
All right, again.
Khalil rolled an 8 again.
Dralt got an 11.
Can't get past the door.
Again, you find yourself unable to penetrate the door. All right, I found what I needed. Thanks for waiting, guys.
Unable
all
to
right, let's
penetrate.
go for a plot. Let's go for a plot twist card. Because we've got 2 in effect at the moment, but we could definitely use another one, I think.
What are these doors made of, alright, Dralt, at the same time?
Alright, same time.
Somebody...
And then wait. So wait, can he support me for this? To like add to my strength check?
You cast enlarge person on him.
Oh yeah, cast enlarge. Yeah, because I think that gives me plus
strength. I was gonna cast that on myself for a second.
Oh, come on.
I rolled an 8 again.
Oh my lord.
Yeah, I also got an 8, so I'm 11 again.
What are these doors?
Yes.
What is happening?
Apparently, we've come across the one foe we cannot beat.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
A
it's
door.
used for me.
Damn you, door. All right, well, this isn't good. You're gonna have to try something to get through it.
I'm gonna cast enlarge person on Geralt.
All right. What does that add to my strength?
+2.
+2? All right. Here we go.
All
All right. There we go.
I'm
All right.
assisting
20.
him, and I rolled a 19.
Finally. So that's what, like 22?
22. Yep, finally. Okay, so as you burst through, you can see on the other side, Darby appears to be in chains, tied to the wall.
Oh.
He is currently shirtless. He has lots of scars over his body. And in the room, you can see pretty much like sloshing around glasses and goblets filled with Darby's blood.
Oh, shit.
This creature.
What the
What
fuck
the hell?
is that?
All right. Could I get a sanity check from everyone, please?
No, dear God, no.
You can't fail that.
Geralt, you do not want to fail this.
Oh, God.
I rolled a natural 20.
I also rolled a natural 20.
I got a 10.
Geralt's like, I also rolled a natural 20.
Yes, I definitely got a natural 20, guys.
Yeah.
Woo! 20 boys.
20s around
Alright.
the house. Woo!
All right, guys. So, Darby and Khalil, you take 2 sanity damage. Geralt, you enjoy 4 sanity
Oh my god,
damage.
even with a natural, like, even with a full success, we still take damage?
Yeah, we just take half.
Damn.
Sometimes. In this case, there is a definite yes. This is, of course, thank you to Streamhouse ABQ and Zergling, who gave us the 2 plot twists that we had just then, which were, of course, sanity check and lust.
Oh man.
Which was very difficult. I had absolutely no idea what to do with this. So you are currently dealing with a Buckeye. A Buckeye is a demon that is attracted to areas where people have been celebrating and revelring. They use their seductive techniques in order to try and lure people into compromising positions before, well, in many cases, devouring them. But not devouring them like a monster would, devouring them in a very showy, flashy fashion that involves basically a revel of sorts. And this creature, whatever it is definitely enjoying itself. Now, Geralt, you took a lot of damage.
Yeah.
So what is your total sanity damage at the moment?
Oh no.
God, I don't know. It's a lot. Hold on. Okay.
So for those of you playing at home, sanity damage basically works like this. When you take a certain amount equal to, say, the highest mental modifier you have, which in Geralt's case is 1, you will go insane. If you've taken damage which is at least half of what the total score is for all your mental traits, you go into a greater insanity, which can be a really terrible thing.
Oh
So,
god,
Geralt.
so I should have had that happen a long time ago then.
No, it's one time at one time.
Oh, so I already had that happen then.
No, it's not at one time. So, what's your total mental score? What's the total of your mental score?
Like 1?
No, score, not your modifier.
29.
29. All right. So your score would be 14. So have you taken more than 14 points of sanity damage?
No, I'm only at 8.
Okay, so you're still okay for that side of thing, but please make me a will save as you try and shake off going insane.
Nope. Nope, I'm insane.
Oh no.
Okay, well, audience members, as always, this is an interactive game.
Yeah.
Now,
Oh no.
we like giving creative ways for people to suffer these insanities. So what insanity do you guys think Geralt should have for seeing his friend being harvested for blood while a very beautiful woman with razor sharp teeth, like almost like that of like a piranha almost, seems to be sloshing blood around, cheering, celebrating, and asking Geralt for a drink. You know, would you like some? Would you like some?
Oh god, no, don't say it.
And all right, so okay, we got 1, we got 2. If you guys have more, throw them out there. But for now, Khalil and Geralt, what do you do when you see the sight of carnage that is before you?
I run forward and I swing at this girl.
All right, let's roll initiative then. Any other suggestions for Geralt's madness? Because this could be a lot of fun. I like Streamhouse's one. Streamhouse's one is pretty cool. Slayer's not a bad choice either.
I don't know if Geralt's gonna last very long at this point if he keeps going crazy.
Oh my god.
Eventually, like, one
I'm
of
just
us
be
is gonna have to
scared
put
of
you down.
everything.
You're gonna turn into a
I
villain.
feel like I need something that's not like I'm scared of something anymore.
Oh, like a paranoia. A
Like
fear,
I need
a fear of
Oh,
fear.
please. Fear of fear.
Ooh. Actually, P Donkey, you are the winner on this one. I definitely like that, as Geralt has acquired hemophobia,
Oh, lordy, lovely.
which is a very strong fear of blood, in particular, losing blood. So, I mean, in terms of you getting into fights and stuff like that, that's not going to cause you too much of a problem, but you will take penalties. You will be considered shaken when fighting any enemy that has a slashing or piercing weapon, or a weapon that can be considered to be able to draw blood from you.
So any animal that exists.
Basically, the only thing you're really not going to get that penalty from is bludgeoning weapons. But yeah, so basically, shaken gives you a -2 penalty on your attack rolls and stuff like that.
Oh.
So thank you to Funky D Donkey PD. Donkey. All right, so Donkey, thank you very much, man. We love suggestions from the audience, and that was a gold one. I love that one. So yes, Geralt has to deal with that. What do we get for initiative, guys?
Khalil rolled a 17.
Oh my god, I'm so screwed.
All right.
Just kill me now. Kill off my character, and I'll start a new one.
Darby.
I got a Darby got a 14 initiative.
All right.
Geralt got a
Geralt?
19.
Damn.
All right, and the Bakai got a.
Number we don't know.
What did you get? What did you get? You got a 13.
Oh, number we
So
don't
it's
know.
going last. Yeah, no, you can know the number
Yeah.
of the initiative. I mean, she's gonna go at that point anyway, so. All right. So, without further ado, Geralt, you see this woman. She's offering you blood in goblets. You're feeling sickened at this whole thing. She doesn't have tentacles. She's got like just blood dripping down from her jaw. Her white blouse is covered in bits of Darby.
Oh my god. Oh Jesus. All right.
Geralt, are you all right?
No, I'm
Dobby,
fine.
are you okay?
All right. Well, this just sucks.
What are you doing?
I'm chained to a
Oh,
wall.
it's actually my
It's
turn.
actually your turn.
Oh, I thought you were just getting
Like
my.
legitimately, no, it's legitimately your turn.
Okay, I thought you were just asking my reaction to seeing this. All right.
Man, that sucks.
Jesus, I don't even know. I'm scared of everything now, so this is just one more thing on the list.
Yeah, if we come across a tentacle spider with any kind of sharp weapons.
Yeah.
You're done.
Oh god, yeah, forget it. Just -20 on every single thing.
That's it. Just take it.
All right. He's going to, in a panic, because he sees all the blood and everything, and he's like really freaked out. He's just gonna pick up the nearest thing, and he's gonna just chuck it at her.
Okay.
A pair of underwear.
Very well.
Darby's underwear.
In Darby's room, technically, you would find just some alchemical tools that you could very easily use to just throw straight at this creature.
Yeah, in a panic, he's just gonna grab whatever is closest.
Yep.
First thing he sees.
All right. So, you grab what appears to be a mortar.
All right.
Huh.
That's at a -2.
Oh yeah.
That's unfortunate.
13.
13 does not hit the creature. As the glass shatters nearby.
All right,
are you
Geralt.
all right?
Geralt kind of goes out. He's like kind of like backing up out of the room a little bit.
Geralt.
Yep. You carry on.
No,
Khalil's talking
I
to you.
just said that. No, that's all I said. That was like kind of like Khalil's taken back a little bit by what's going on.
Oh.
Just seeing Geralt like freak out. That's your turn, right?
Then we go to Khalil.
Does Darby look like he's? Are you conscious? Is he conscious? Is he functional?
Darby is conscious, and he is kind of. It almost looks like he's enjoying himself.
Oh shit! That's right.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, you're all charmed.
Whatever. I'm gonna run up to the lady and strike at her, but I'm gonna cast True Strike and cast fire through my blade and swing at her face.
All right, make your attack.
That's of course I roll good when I cast True Strike, which pointless. A 40, 43.
I guess that hits. Yeah. Actually,
Just barely.
Yeah.
just barely.
So basically, you watch as the blade rises up, and you see Khalil channel his energy into this sword. The sword takes a golden hue to it as he swings at it, and manages to hit the dancing woman.
Right, she takes 9 points of fire damage and 3 points of slashing damage.
She says, "What are you doing?"
What are you doing?
What is
how much
everybody
slashing
doing?
damage?
3. Yeah, 9 fire, 3 slashing.
All right. Darby, make a will save as you are basically bleeding.
Natural 1.
You're kind of rooting for her. Do you want to say anything?
Why are you guys always cock blocking me?
Wow. Okay.
What are you talking about? There are no chickens in this room, Darby. There's a woman who's trying to hurt you.
I think that is a perfectly excellent and legitimate question. Why are you always cock blocking them, Khalil? God.
Khalil was raised with very little interaction when he was younger. Was not raised with parents. He doesn't know what some things are. Okay.
Never had the birds and the bees talk, or in this case, the Buckeye and the tiefling.
Yeah, but he has seen the birds and the tieflings.
Now he has.
Can I do a? Can Geralt do like a perception check to see like what the heck is going on?
Yeah, absolutely. Make a perception check as you sort of take in the scene around you. By the way, guys, if you're just tuning in, thank you very much for joining us for Tales from the Undertaker. What we are currently witnessing is we are witnessing an attack by a creature known as a Buckeye. It is a special kind of fairy-type creature that is attracted to the revels and celebrations that had occurred in this town. It had followed one particular victim named Darby to his quarters, where it proceeded to seduce him and has charmed him with magical powers and is now bloodletting him out and celebrating dancing in his blood. The other two members of his party, Khalil and Geralt, are attempting to salvage the situation by saving him. Khalil landing a mighty blow with his weapon, and Geralt throwing a stone pot that was probably worth a couple of gold at a wall to smash.
All right, and then rolling a natural 1 for his perception check.
And not even realizing what's going on at this point, he's just sort of like, well, yes, there's this woman. She's dancing around. She's clearly insane. Of course, this coming from Geralt is really ironic here. But he definitely feels a fear that has gripped him for the first time in his life of losing blood, especially to someone like this who is clearly sloshing it around and drinking it and having it pour over her. This is not a pleasant moment for Geralt. She, however, gets to her. Why are you always cockblocking me? Darby quote from 2018. As the Buckeye turns to face Khalil, who is the only person in the room, she feels the wound that Khalil gave her, and sort of runs her hand into it, and she sort of licks it, and she says,
That's gross.
I didn't know that you were into that sort of thing. Maybe you and I can have some fun as well.
Maybe I'll chop your head off next time.
Well, before you say that, you can make me a will save.
Oh, she's barking up the wrong tree here. Maybe not. 15.
You are just fine, and you manage to push aside her advances. And as she notices you do, her head begins to shift and shake. Very much like this.
Oh, that is terrifying.
Yeah.
Okay.
She doesn't handle
And
rejection well.
She does not. As she flies into a berserk rage, her teeth no longer pointing downwards, but peeling her jaw back and stretching outwards to create almost a muzzle with her gums and teeth. Oh wow, she gets so many bonuses you do not like.
Oh, lovely.
Oh, great.
All right, and she cannot voluntarily end her rage. Apparently, she has to kill you. Okay, good luck. Have fun.
Okay.
Geralt, it is your turn.
All right, Geralt's.
She somehow looks more terrifying than 10 seconds ago.
All right, Geralt is
What
going
about
to.
me?
Geralt is going to attempt to overcome his fear of this woman to save his friend, and he's gonna brawler's flurry her.
All right, rushing towards the creature, she sort of turns to him, like almost like a bird, kind of eyeing off something that's just come into its point of view. It twisting its head off onto the side as it sort of looks at you from one way then the other.
All right. He's just kind of like, ah!
All right, make your attack. You can't brawler's flurry because you're moving, but you can make an unarmed strike.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I need
That's
to.
a full
Yeah, because I'm away from her. That's right. All right, so it's 5.
I've been watching that show again.
21.
Such a good turn.
What?
One Punch Man.
21. With a 21, your fist collides with her jaw, breaking some of her sharp teeth. Roll your damage.
All right.
I probably shouldn't speak too soon about breaking teeth yet.
6 damage.
As you hit her, you don't even chip a tooth.
Oh,
You realize that her flesh is super hard, and that even though you've punched her and landed a solid blow, she sort of turns to face you. The edges of her mouth sort of twitch as she growls like a wild beast. Khalil, we're up to you.
cool. Is she 10 feet? What is she 10 feet away from?
Dobby, maybe the walls and the front door.
Okay, so the wall's not like a sharp window or anything like that.
There's a window on the other side of a bed that's like the bed's like pressed up against the window,
Yeah.
but the shutters are sort of closed but not locked.
But you would say she was 10 feet away from that?
Yeah, sure. I can say
Okay,
that.
I guess I just want to touch her first.
Whoa.
Whoa!
Calm down.
Oh. And
Okay, just ladies and gentlemen, we do not condone Khalil's actions at Color Circuit or Ask a Pathfinder.
He's gonna try to
Consent is
jam his
always
finger right
involved.
into her wound.
all right, how hard? I just have to make a touch check. That's it.
Yep. Make a touch attack.
Cool, awesome. I rolled an 18 plus whatever my bonuses for touch attacks are.
Successful touch.
24.
24. That absolutely manages to touch her. Now, what happens?
Nothing.
He boops
Yeah,
her.
'cause
He
had to actually-
he
didn't-
boops
he
her on
didn't
the
say he
nose.
got-
All right, so now that I've
just like this honk.
touched her, I'm going to use my alabaster trapping, and as an immediate action, I can fling her 10 feet away in the direction that I choose, and she takes 4d4 of damage. And it,
Okay. 44 points of damage. All right. So, is there any saving throw involved, or is it just?
it just
fine?
says,
I think that's just the touch attack
yeah,
part,
the
right?
wearer can repel one creature touching it with a touch spell.
Yep. Done. All right. So as you lay your hand on her, she is launched 10 foot backwards towards the shutters.
And she takes 3, 6, 9, 10 points of damage. And while that's happening, I'd like to cast Burning Hands while she's flying away. Can I do that? Yeah, I made a touch check,
I-
and I can use 1 point to use a spell as well.
Yes, because you got 2-weapon fighting, but your attack should have had a -2 just in future for future references.
Okay.
You'll need to declare full attack so that you can apply the penalties. So for this case, yes, that's perfectly fine. You've delivered a touch attack with your sword, lunging and launching her backwards, and then with your second hand, you're casting Burning Hands as gouts of flames erupt from Khalil's sleeves and arms and engulf the Bakai.
So is she gonna collide with the window as well? Or anything 10 feet behind her, I guess?
We shall find out momentarily. I need to get some Barocca or something.
And she takes 2, 5, 7 points of fire damage.
7. Oh, very nice. All right. So she's going to make a reflex save to try and grab hold of the... Yeah, no, she does. So as she gets flung straight at the shutters, she's about to fall out. And you see her claws grab hold of the windows and sort of starts to pull herself back in. Her big blood-drenched eyes now weeping streams of blood. And she just screams out at you, "So hungry! Feed me!"
It's not a very pretty emotion you have going on, lady.
Hungry! Alright. As we then go to Darby. Make a will save, Darby.
Wow.
If you can't hit the table, you can't hit the creature.
8.
An 8. With an 8, you are still... You sit there and you cry, "No! Somebody save her, quick!"
Dobby, what are you talking? At this point, do I know that he's charmed or?
Yes!
Okay.
I think it's pretty obvious what's going on here,
I'm
Khalil.
just making sure, you know.
He doesn't know how kinky Darby sex
Nothing about your relationship with Darby has ever alluded to the fact that this is the sort of thing he's into. Alright. The Bakai's turn as she tries to climb back in. She doesn't climb back in. She sort of leans in from the outside, and she sort of reaches over and she's trying to snap at Geralt, but can't quite reach. Geralt, it is your turn.
All right.
You see these huge fangs hanging from the window.
Is she close to me, or how far is she?
About 10 foot away. You can 5-foot step forward and flurry of blows if you like.
All right. Yep. That's what I'm gonna do.
Or brawler's flurry. All right. You step forward, dodging the bites as they come in. And then you make your 2 attacks as you pop.
Let's hear it. 19 for the first one.
That'll hit.
And the second one probably does not. I assume it doesn't hit. Let's see here. So that's gonna be. That's 9, 10, 11, 12, 10.
10? No, 10 doesn't. Oh wait, no, 10 does not hit.
Damn.
All right. So make your attack on your first hit.
7 damage.
All right, as you lurch forward, you take a heavy right swing. It clocks the bottom jaw as the jaw distends and cracks. She falls, plunging into the street below. Sorry, chat's pretty funny. I like P Donkey. P Donkey's funny. So is Princess Slayer. As she falls out the window, she looks up and you hear this sort of screaming sound, and she's just constantly yelling out, "Feed, must you?" And then she hits the ground. Bam! And as she does, she literally transforms into a large pool of alcohol.
Well, that looks a lot better than what she was before.
Am I still charmed?
You are no longer charmed.
What
You
the
feel your
fuck
senses-
is happening?
Honestly, I really have no idea. This was the weirdest thing I've ever seen.
First
You guys
off,
tie
well,
me up
again-
to a wall?
you yelled at us for cock blocking you when you were getting beaten.
Yeah, that's true. You did say that.
What?
Whatever a cock block is, I'm assuming
It's where you block your dick, your penis.
No. Clearly you're mistaken. It's where you have like a whole bunch of roosters. You grind them up into a paste and start building houses.
Yeah, that's actually sounds more accurate.
Yeah, there's like a whole block of cocks in a cock block.
Alright, I'm gonna remove Darby. Did you enjoy yourself, Darby?
No.
Then
It's
keep it in your
very
pants from now
I
on.
didn't ask for this.
This is the same situation with the bird lady all over again. Did she want your seed?
She just came in here, said that she was the daughter of the mayor.
The little one?
Her older sister. She said it
Oh.
was
You're
her older
sick,
sister.
Darby.
Wait a second. So does this mean that the mayor's daughter was this like a copy of her, or is the mayor's
even
daughter
know
like this weird
If
demon
the
creature
mayor
thing?
has an older daughter.
Oh yeah, he
I'm
might
not
not.
aware.
It's just been a lie for her to get me into the room.
Well, then this
I
is
didn't
all
trust her to
your
begin with,
fault.
But before I realized I was tied up in a room with you.
You really need to do
Bucks.
your investigative work before you get yourself into these situations. Because if you had known that you didn't have a daughter, you could have been like, this is suspicious.
I was immediately suspicious. It didn't matter.
Well, apparently you weren't suspicious enough.
I'm gonna pull Darby off. It's all right. It was a lot of fun, I guess. I broke a window. That was cool. She's dead.
Yeah.
Yeah,
very
she's hella dead.
cool. Lots of fun as I'm. How much have I? Like,
Actually, no, she's probably fine. She clearly teleported somewhere, or you know.
Oh,
Maybe I should go drink her. What's left of her?
Geralt.
Geralt runs downstairs,
I didn't see any of that, so I'm just like.
and he's gonna be.
Did I take a bunch of damage?
No, like I said, do not worry about the damage because Soror is going to heal you guys. I've been keeping track of how much damage you take. It's really only going to come down to if you guys die, but I will let you know if that happens.
Okay, I wasn't sure if it was like an actual drain on con or something. I don't know. Also, I did. Hit
No. She literally just bled you out.
Okay, I also did hit my sanity damage thing too with that one.
Oh, did you?
Yeah,
Oh,
I was
no.
right at the
Okay.
cusp.
Well, you.
So any damage
Well,
I
you.
was gonna
Okay. Well,
take-
you can roll it. All right. Well, you can roll me a sanity check as well, please.
Oh, fucking Jesus.
Oh, I rolled a natural one.
Join the club, buddy. Join the club.
All right. No. This one is super easy. I don't even need help for this. As much as Darby is protesting the experience he just went through, there is now a certain part of him which enjoys pain.
Oh.
Yeah, that's right. We're gonna get weird.
Mhm.
If you suffer damage 5 or more, you gain a +1 to your attack and saves for 1 round. Your character is filled with a sense of euphoria when they suffer enough pain, and you will actively seek it at very inopportune times. You now have masochism.
Masochism
Yeah.
bonus.
That actually doesn't sound nearly as bad as any of the ones I've
I
gotten.
know.
Other
just
than the
thinking-
fact that he just said that I seek.
Oh, that's
I
true. And
seek
you
out
always
pain
try to
now.
actively avoid attacking.
No,
so-
there's another thing as well. The other thing is that if there is a saving throw involved, you will make them when you are being healed.
Wait, what?
So healing spells have a saving throw involved. So if someone tried to cast Cure Light Wounds, you're going to make a will save to halve the effect.
Oh, I tried to resist healing spells.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Okay.
Oh no.
All right, that's pretty bad.
That's very bad.
Okay, so +1 damage. Or just
Plus one attack, damage, and saves.
+1 to attack, damage, and save.
Yeah, and it doesn't stack.
Does that last for like a round?
A round.
Okay.
Yeah, 1 round. All right. Sweet as. All right, so now we're moving on. You guys clean up your room. You share your varying experiences from obviously the wolf attack, the encounter with Gabriel and Sorora, your apparently night of drinking before you passed out in the mud, and of course the arrival of the Bakai. You decide that tomorrow is the best place to begin your journey and your hunt for the stag, as well as whatever it is that perhaps did this to Grinder. Although I feel like Geralt should know, but I don't want to give you guys the answer.
Oh, well, now I know.
Now we all know.
Alright. Okay, so the night goes relatively uneventful beyond this point. Darby, I need you to make me a fortitude save. Same with Khalil and Geralt.
Fortitude.
19.
Yeah. You are fine. You managed to get a good night's sleep from what little rest you have.
I'm guessing I wasn't able to make those things, though.
No, well, I assumed you still wanted to.
Oh, that occurs for those? Do I need to make craft checks?
No, that's fine.
All
That's perfectly fine.
Geralt got an 18.
Khalil got a 17.
All right, everyone manages to rest, even though it is currently like midnight and you have like maybe what, 7 hours rest,
Yeah.
while Darby's trying to spend the next 2 hours crafting.
You know, sometimes you get like 5 hours of sleep and you feel perfectly fine the next day.
Yeah.
And this is definitely one of those situations. So you are
Yeah,
awakened in the morning
definitely.
by the sounds of knocking.
On whose room?
On Geralt's room.
Yeah, I'm coming. I'm coming. All right, Geralt goes and opens the door very angrily and says, "What?"
Standing before you is Gabriel.
How's it going, buddy?
Gabriel looks in your room.
Yeah, it's my room.
Doesn't say anything. And he leaves. He goes next door to Khalil.
All right.
Huh?
Geralt goes back to bed.
That was weird. highly invasive. But all right.
Hello?
Did you open the door?
No. Okay, I'll get up. Walk over. Open the door.
Again, he kind of looks in.
Good
You
morning,
see
Gabriel. How are you?
He sort of seems to be ignoring you. He then goes over to Darby's
It's very
room.
rude.
What? What? I open the door.
All right, Darby opens the door. I don't know who I'm annoying. If I'm annoying the characters, annoying you guys. So Darby swings open the door and sees Gabriel standing there. You know, big muscles and in his full armor. He again looks in. He seems disappointed that he can't see anything, and he literally just seems to rush out at this point.
I'm in a hallway. What are you looking for, Gabriel?
Yeah, I'm interested as well.
Geralt's just asleep.
Gabriel gestures.
Can I roll like an intelligence check?
Linguistics.
I don't know.
What about comprehend languages?
It's gonna cover you. That is kind of. I don't have linguistics, no.
Me
Anyone?
neither.
Do I
Nope.
have linguistics?
I don't have linguistics because
Okay, I have no idea what you're saying,
I don't
Gabriel.
have linguistics.
You want to write it for me? Can I hand him a piece of paper?
Yeah.
You hand him a piece of paper. He sort of writes down.
He just
I'm
writes.
looking
He
for-
writes down the hand symbols.
I'm looking for Aaron. If you find him, tell him I'm looking.
Wait, he never. All right, of
I
course,
thought
yeah.
you said. Well, I don't.
I told you guys. Yeah.
All right, and he leaves. He sort of continues on.
Can I go find like make my way downstairs and try to look for Yannick? Is that what his name was? Yanis?
Oh, the guy you shot with the
Yuri.
firework.
Yuri?
Yeah, you find Yuri.
Yeah, Yuri. I'll
All right.
sheepishly walk up to Yuri without really making any eye contact.
You see Yuri's there, and he's got like bandages wrapped around his head.
I'll give him the potion, the chill cream, and the note. And the note is like on like actual like letterhead, and it's like super fancy, and it's like just apologizing and explains how to apply the cream, and it's got like the signature of my dad of like my old house like at the end, and I give that to him, and I was like sorry and walk off.
Okay. He sort of looks at. Okay, well, as you approach Yuri, he seems to sort of notice you, but he seems to be preoccupied. He sort of is like looking through a backpack and sort of getting some stuff out. When he sees you, he sort of shies away from you a bit. But then when you sort of do that, he sort of eases up a little, puts the backpack below, and asks you, breakfast?
Yes. Please.
He sort of starts working on breakfast for you and your companions.
Cool. All's
Geralt's
well.
still asleep.
I'm gonna wake Geralt up.
All right. Khalil walks up to Geralt's door.
Geralt! Wake up!
Who's there?
There's booze downstairs. Look
Hey,
at that.
all right, I'm up.
Cool.
Let's go.
All right, Geralt, finding his strength in his alcoholic addiction, he charges down the stairs along with Khalil and joins Darby for a hearty breakfast. You can see that there are several people here, including, of course, the hunters that were doing stuff last night. You actually see that that several people have begun, sort of the day really, really early. For the most part, they seem to be kind of gathering around the town center, just chatting with each other, and they seem to be setting up some kind of event towards the square. The people who remain in the tavern are, of course, the hunters, specifically. Although you can see that Grinder's gears have isolated themselves, and they seem to not want to be talking to anyone.
Okay.
Yeah, well, they talked big shit and then got owned, so...
They talked big shit and they got shit on.
Oh. So we're just sitting there in the corner? Is Donovan there?
Donovan is there.
Can I walk up and talk to Donovan, or try as best I can?
Yeah, absolutely. All right. So,
Yeah.
as you approach Donovan, some of the Grinder's gears sort of step up and attempt to try and block you.
Oh, please. What am I going to
But
do?
As they do so, Donovan seems to sort of like gesture at the ones that did, and sort of allow you. Well, he does. It's not that he allows you to. It's just more he sort of lets you approach and sit down next to him.
I'll allow it.
Oh, he will allow it. How's Grinder?
Yeah, Grinder's doing, well, not so good. If I'm being honest, I think that he kind of bit off more than he could chew, and it's always been his way. He'd never back down from a fight. He'd never find himself in a position that he couldn't take on. Whatever happened here, it happened suddenly, and then it happened quick.
So you didn't get a chance
probably-
to talk to him?
Well, what happened yesterday? We were heading out to the White King sighting. That's when Alan, our driver, he lost control of the wagon that we were riding on. Something had spooked the horses and they veered off-road. Next thing I know, I'm thrown overboard, and I'm watching our second wagon, which Grinder was on, charging off into the forest. I gathered up the men that fell behind me and chased after, but by the time we caught up to them, he seems to go quiet at this point.
What?
It was a goddamn slaughter. Tens of gears are dead on the ground. Grinder's there standing with his huge axe, battling this giant, disease-ridden wolf, twice the size of any I'd seen. Grinder's told us to take ourselves and run. along with whatever injured still remained. But we knew. We took one look at it. Grinder was the only one alive. Everyone was already torn to pieces. Yeah, we took his order and we ran back to town. But you know, Grinder's always been so strong, and we knew he'd come back. We just never thought, you know, he'd be put in this kind of way. Now, if you don't have any questions, that's all I really know. And thank you for treating his wound when he came in. I don't know what we'd do if something bad had happened.
Of course. I mean, if he was the pathway, there'd be less competition, right?
He sort of
Ew.
smiles at you with a toothy grin, and he says, "Nothing wrong with a bit of healthy sport, eh?"
Of course not. I'll see you later, Donovan.
He sort of nods at you, and even though Donovan kind of nods and sort of seems to be more, compared to yesterday, he definitely seems a lot more respectful. He definitely is not. His opinions are not shared by the others. The others seem to really like give you the stink eye as you move backwards.
We're getting mad at that, man. Doesn't matter to me.
All right. Cool. Anyone else you wish to speak with or check out?
I'm gonna talk to Yuri real quick.
All right. So you head to the front counter, and Yuri's there. He sort of passes you a plate of breakfast. It is a full English breakfast with some sizzling hot sausages, strips of streaky bacon, some sliced tomatoes grilled on one side. You see that it also comes with hash brown, baked beans, mushrooms that are sautéed, and a large pint of orange juice, which for you is a tequila sunrise.
Hell yeah. So Joel just kind of looks at him, and he's eating for a second. Then he goes, "You know, people around here, they're not too friendly. You know, I know that you were a little indisposed, so I kind of took it upon myself to, you know, help myself. I was, of course, going to pay for everything, but you know, I feel like people around here don't appreciate the alcoholic arts like we do."
He says, "The mayor came over and paid for all your damages."
My damages? I think you have this all wrong. See, I was just wanting to get a drink, and this crazy old lady with a rolling pin, she comes over, she knocks my drink out of it. Lovely lady.
How could you have expected anything else?
Well, at any rate, I was going to pay for those drinks, and I would like you to know that.
You also broke my cousin's nose.
Well, to be fair, your cousin also attacked me.
He's getting married. He was getting married on the weekend.
Well, he should have thought about that before he was picking bar fights. Anyways, Drolt throws down like 3 gold on the counter. He's like, I'm really sorry about everything. You know, no hard feelings.
And Yuri sort of nods at you. He kind of accepts it. You know, you kind of feel like he wants to avoid any kind of further conflict.
Smart man.
All right. Khalil,
Yes.
you've spoken with Donovan. Geralt, you've spoken with Yuri. Darby, you've kind of apologized to Yuri.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you guys would like to do during the breakfast period?
I would just like to make sure that I have about an hour's worth of time to cast visualization of the mind. Either earlier in the day when I was waking up or at some point now.
Mm-hmm.
Do we know if Grinder is conscious?
Grinder is not conscious yet.
I think it's safe to assume that this creature that attacked him is probably related to the wolf creature we saw earlier.
The one that you ran into?
Yeah, the one that severed my spine, yes.
I don't know. That one was like an urban legend that we just happened to come across. It was like a vampire hound.
It's true, but we don't know that they're not related in some
This
way.
could be. I mean, Rolf went all the way back to his.
You would also know. You would also know that vampires have the ability to create spawn.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, actually.
Maybe it's related to Rolf. That's fair. We can look into it.
can look into
we'll
it.
be out in the woods today, anyways.
Rolf probably does hate us.
Yeah, he probably doesn't like us too much.
Can you imagine how much those things are worth, at least?
Hey.
All right.
Don't they just turn into dust, though?
Also,
What do we
should
collect, the
probably
dust?
look for Aaron.
We should look for Aaron as well. Yes.
Is Sorora around still?
You receive a note from Sorora that she is in fact helping helping Gabriel look for Aaron.
Okay.
She's left you some. She's left you a wand of cure light wounds with 50 charges in it.
Oh.
Nice. Wand of Cure Light Wounds.
With
I-
how many charges?
50 charges.
Oh.
50?
I will
5
keep on to this.
5-0.
Do you
Jeez.
use magic device?
I have, yeah.
Okay.
All right. Actually, speaking of which, Dralt would like to go to that shop and buy a bunch of potions.
Very well. You return to the shop at a more reasonable hour, and of course, Sabor is more than happy to accommodate your shopping frenzy as you begin to buy stuff from them. All right, guys in the audience, it is that time again. Let us, of course, have a number between 1 to 51, and we will throw out a random plot twist for today. We've had a couple so far. We've had a couple of good ones, which I'm very excited about. But I'm keen to see if you haven't played this game before, just give me any number that you want to, and I'll take because we have a few of them, I'm gonna take the best choice. We'll take all the choices out so I can have a look at them, but then I'll select the best one or the most frequently used one. So we've got. Thank you, Negashane. So we have 342.
We've not gotten the white stag.
Do you just
yet.
always pick the worst one that you know of?
Pretty
Negashane?
much. 15.
Yeah, we
like,
have,
I
we
know
have
this
not
one's
killed
bad,
the white
so this
stag.
one.
We have. I don't even think we've seen the white stag. We
No.
haven't even seen it yet.
We saw the giant stag.
Dobby is convinced that the white stag doesn't even exist.
I'm. If we're
not
leaning
real.
towards what our characters are thinking, my character thinks that it might be a person.
Princess Leia says she already killed it. What?
Princess Leia killed it. She just walks back with it like we're going out.
I don't
She's
think
like,
white,
check this out, losers.
White stag is not real. It is just here to perpetuate this
Okay.
festival.
All right.
Yeah, it's like
All right. So.
I'm fine with it.
All right. I've got some interesting ones here. I think. Okay, I've got one. I'm gonna take number 15. That's the one I'm gonna be using for today, or for this one. But I'll put these ones in the back burner for the time being, and we'll see if we can wheel them in as well. All right. So I'll write that into chat so that you guys know what I'm going to be doing. All right. You hear that Grinder has in fact awoken.
Hmm.
Awakened?
Awaked?
Woken.
Woke.
I want to
Wait.
talk to Grinder.
He's up. He's up. He is in fact up, which is yes. He is in bed in the inn, so he's just above you.
All right. I would like to go to arrange to talk to Grinder, but before I get there, I want to drink my potion of detect thoughts.
Oh, interesting.
Okay. You may do so as you sort of slosh it around in your mouth, and I assume perform your weird backwashing thing
No,
that you've
this
been doing.
is just one that I can make, so I don't need to worry about that.
Wow, that seems like a high-level potion, isn't it? No, wow.
All right, so drinking
to.
it through, you are able to reach out and detect the thoughts of any individual you wish to. They do get a saving throw against it.
Right.
But,
Oh, okay.
I have to spend first round I get like surface thoughts, and then I can probe deeper, and every time they get to make a save.
okay. All right. You arrive at the entrance to Grinder's quarters. You sort of knock on the door, but as you do, you're approached by two of the gears who kind of look at you super angry.
Hello.
I think it's just me, but
I went with you
Oh,
for
you
sure.
did?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're not welcome here. Piss off.
We just wanted to check in on your boss and Also, we're probably pretty sure that he wants revenge.
Roll a diplomacy check.
With assistance?
You can assist if you wish to. Yes.
Sure, try it.
I have no dramas about that.
We also kind of helped save them yesterday, too. I'm sure he'd like to talk to us. 10?
10.
What did you
That
roll?
gives you a +2. That gives you a plus 2 on top.
+2, so that brings the total to 16.
16. The gears sort of look at each other and sort of whisper to each other before allowing you to pass. You come in and you can see what appears to be this large, like, leather bed, right? And it's covered with ox fur blankets and horns for the bedspread. It looks as though they've literally put this bed in here. And sitting there is Grinder with this huge band-aid over one side of his arm and over his chest. He seems very pale for an orc. Of course, the situation is not black and white. So while these gears are all manly and aggressive and full of anger, they're definitely not without compassion. And you can see that now as you see so many of them, like some of them are like pouring him cold water. Others are sort of changing like a damp rag that they're putting on his head. Some are dressing his bandages. You know, they're actually really showing a lot of nurture and care for their injured boss. He looks to you.
Approach.
Oh, you know, normally when people come to see you, they bring flowers when you're in bed.
Why about Dobby? He's as pretty as a flower, right?
What do you want?
We want to find out what happened to you. And help.
Yeah, so you can rub my face in it?
No, so we can deal with whatever the threat is. Obviously, if it did that to you, imagine what it could do to the villagers.
Or those kids running around.
You don't need to worry about the creature. I killed it myself.
I'm detecting thoughts.
You get the image of Grinder standing before the creature. He's covered in blood as he's sort of there with his huge great axe. You see the creature before you, which looks almost identical to the vampiric warg you fought earlier on. It lunges and sort of scratches at him, and Grinder manages to duck and weave and dodge. And as it sort of makes this one final bite, Grinder forcefully and intentionally sticks his hand into its throat. And as it does so, it clamps down over his shoulder where the missing arm is. And you can see that he's starting to lose. Basically, you can see the arm is starting to fall off. But he then uses the other hand and just separates the head of the wolf straight off.
Okay.
Nice.
As he does so, the head falls to the ground. He sort of wrenches open its jaw and releases his arm. You see that there isn't much of the arm left. It's sort of hanging on barely. He sort of takes a huge stick, puts it in his mouth, and then you return back to the inn.
All right.
Well, it's a good.
Well, that's what you saw.
I'm glad to see that you're doing well.
I heard
and
that there
there's
was
nothing we have to worry about.
I heard that there was another wolf, though, by chance. A second running around.
I can't say I saw a second, only that first one. The damn thing laid a trap for us.
We took 3 wagons out on the expedition. One of them hit something and crashed off to the side. When we tried to continue onwards, we found tracks and we followed them. They were deer tracks, obviously, so we thought, surely our quarry is up ahead. But when we got to the clearing, it was this immense wolf. In seconds, it toppled our wagons, tore apart our weapons, and killed most of my men.
Terrible.
Interesting. And it led you there. Gabriel, I'm not sure if you know one of the hunters. He killed a wolf last night as well. So that means there might be a whole
Could be a whole
throng
pack.
of them running around the forest.
Where did you find this one at?
He gives you the location and tells you that there is a small cave just along the river, deep within the woods. The cave is actually a dummy, and there is actually a warren built into the side that is hidden and concealed.
The cave is a dummy?
It's a false cave.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
He says that was the only place that a predator could have been. I was kind of hoping to find shelter there, but it's just death and bones. And it was more important to get my men back to safety.
Of course.
Yes, I can imagine it was quite harrowing.
Yeah. All in a day's work, I guess.
Yeah,
But,
you might have had a little bit more strength if you had had like a manticore with you.
He sort of turns to you and he says, Sergeant Fluffles was on other errands.
Yes. Is there anything?
I loved Sergeant Fluffles. I raised that manticore from a pup, you see. I got him from a trader in a gambling game. I use him to intimidate the boys every once in a while, but really he's a big softy.
I'm sure he is.
Yes, I'm sure he is.
Do you have anything else you'd like to ask Jarvie?
No, I'm good.
So we can leave Grinder to get back to his...
Yes, I hope you get better soon.
He says, thank you. I appreciate your words, and thank you for the visit.
I leave.
Okay. Alright, you leave. As you leave, and head back downstairs, Geralt,
Yes.
the bartender says that there's a drink for you at the counter.
Who's it from?
He said, couldn't say. They just left a note on the table.
Did we hear this? Did the rest of us hear this?
We're walking back. It's like...
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you're all walking back.
All right, Geralt. Remember.
What am I remembering exactly?
Let me look at things from strangers before you consume them.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. I like this idea. Smart thinking, Darby. Smart thinking. All right, I'm gonna open the note and look at it and attempt to read it.
All right. As you do so, there is a note. Like basically attached to the bottom of your glass. So as you drink, you sort of can see there's a note at the bottom. It says, "Meet me outside the Daly's farm."
Daily Farms,
Can I inspect the drink?
like everyday
Oh,
farms.
sorry, the baker. The baker. Sorry.
Can I inspect the drink?
Yep. It's just an ale.
Here you go. It's fine.
All right.
All right. It was absolutely refreshing, but your mysterious benefactor has definitely got plans for you and has requested that you meet him outside the bakery.
Yeah, you guys want to go with me to the bakery? Check and see what this is.
I mean, we're in the middle of a competition.
All right, whatever. I'll go by myself.
No. Of course we should go.
No, I'll see you guys later.
Fine, I'll go.
All right. All right, guys. So, as you begin to make your way to the baker, you don't see anyone kind of at the front. The bakers sort of see you, and you're approached by a young boy who you know to be the Daly's son, Gavin. And he sort of walks up to you and he says, "Hi,
Good morning, Gavin. How are you?
How's it going, Gavin?
Hello.
I'm good. How are you? I saw that you tried to shoot Yuri. That was bad.
didn't
Mom said
try.
it was
He
bad.
Well,
succeeded.
this is... Yeah, that's technically true. He did actually succeed.
But it was an
in shooting.
accident.
What's more accurate is that I tried
What's
not
an
to
accident?
hit Yuri and I failed.
Yeah, actually, that's a good point.
Darby's not very good with fireworks.
No,
No.
I am
Ooh.
good with
Oh,
fireworks.
sorry. I apologize.
This was a fluke.
Yeah.
How are you doing?
What is a fluke? Fluke's a fish.
No, it's like an instrument that you play.
Yes.
That's a flute. What he means.
That's a fluke.
A fluke. Yeah.
You're silly.
All right, whatever. What do you want, kid?
I have something to give you cause my mum said that this is for you. It's over here here. And he holds up a pie.
Hey. You want to check this out, Dobby?
Sure. Can I inspect the pie?
It's a delicious looking meat pie.
Looks
Oh.
It
good.
smells like pepper steak.
Oh
I'm gonna take a
my.
bite.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's pretty good pepper steak pie. It seems
Geralt
really
rips
fresh.
off some too. He kind of like scoops it
Oh,
out.
oh yeah, the like literally chunks as
Oh.
big as like like huge chunks of like this delicious mouth-watering meat, covered in this pepper steak sauce gravy, the crispy crunchy crackle of the puff pastry on the pie. Just absolutely perfect.
Did you call us all the way
Oh.
out here just to give us a pie instead of
No.
bringing it to us?
Oh, no, I didn't. But the man, he said I need to be a decaction.
The man?
Yeah, the man.
I want to immediately start looking around.
You look behind you, and standing behind you, holding a crossbow pointed at you, is this individual who you recognize as Samus.
Oh. Okay.
What are you doing? Why do you have your crossbow
Quiet!
drawn on me?
Weapons on the ground. Now.
What, you expect me to
Come
put
on.
down these babies?
Okay, I guess I'll take my belt off or with my blade in it.
I'll put my crossbow down.
Can I ask you what you're doing, Samus?
My job is what I'm doing. Saving this town.
From
From
who?
what exactly?
He sort of reaches into his backpack and pulls out a crossbow bolt, and he says, "Stick out your hands. Stick out your hands." As he does, he sort of stabs you in the hands with what appears to be a silver bolt.
Ow.
And he says,
Well, that was interesting.
Did you expect us to die?
You might
No,
want to try
I
my
just had
other
to-
hand.
Dobby, what?
Dobby, what the hell?
What was that? There's an awkward
You ta-
silence.
just Darby has this huge grin on his face.
I was just gonna kill us.
Jesus. Get it together, Dobby. Get it together.
All right. As he cleans the bolt and he puts it back, he says, "I had to be sure that you weren't one of them. I'm certain now. The whole thing that happened then, grinders, their gears,
Werewolves.
werewolves. It's absolutely werewolves. There are definitely werewolves in these woods, and I need help. Listen, there is a special herb, the red wolfsbane. It can help transformations. Oh, you poor thing. Ladies and gentlemen, you have activated something very, very special and very unique. And this is, of course, the GM punishment. The GM punishment comes in the form of having your phone on during games. Thus, the audience members get to design an encounter which I will run targeting whoever's phone that was. So whose phone was it?
It was
Khalil's.
Shane's.
Shane? Was it Eddie?
It was not.
It
It
was-
was not Eddie
it was
Tor.
not.
Can I
Nice
explain?
try.
I had my phone on for a good reason.
Don't blame the editor. That's horrible.
Wow. So that's like
Very well. So in chat, just throw out some suggestions on what we should do to Zach, and I will design an encounter, and I will run that encounter. 100%. I will run your encounter next week because we've only got like maybe 25 minutes, so I want to give it some good due care and attention. So throw out suggestions, monsters, plot twists, things like that, horrible things to happen to Khalil, and I will make it so. So yeah, throw them out there. So as we go through, where we at? Werewolves. Anyway, I had to be sure that you were not werewolves yourselves. I am certain that Grinder was attacked by a large werewolf named Vambraxis. I've been hunting him for many moons, and I know he's here. I know he is always following me. Ever since I was a young lad, Vambraxis has had it in for me. And by Joe, I will make sure that he will come down with a terrible, terrible death.
Haven't you claimed every year that the vampires have been at this festival? Werewolves?
Yes, because he is here every year. Do you not see?
This is the first year that an attack like this has ever happened, though, from my understanding.
Obviously, it's the first time where he's able to make his move, Khalil.
But now, exactly. Oh, this man understands it. Clearly, he is your leader. Listen, I need your help. He's saying this only talking to Darby now. I need your help from you and your companions, your minions.
Yes.
Right?
Minions. Whoa. Whoa.
Your soldiers, fine.
Droll goes up to him and pokes him in the chest, and he says, "We are teammates at best."
You mean you do?
We are teammates at best. I would say at worst, distant acquaintances who are forced to work together. Sir.
He says, "Oh, well, my apologies. He seemed to speak with such candor and wisdom. I simply assumed. My apologies."
Yeah, he's had us all fooled for a while, but you start to see through it.
They just don't know how serious werewolves are.
But listen, time is of the essence. As you know, Grinder has survived. So what I need this. And he reaches into his jacket and he pulls out a red plant and he said, "This is red wolfsbane. It is a more potent form of the substance that can rid a body of the werewolf's curse. And we need to get this to Grinder immediately. I need you to journey into the forest with me and find these before it's too late and Grinder gets turned into a werewolf."
So I need to give this to Grinder and then go kill the rest of these werewolves?
This is not enough. Plus this is mine. This is for me.
Oh.
But I know where we can find some.
Oh, okay.
Can I? Is there any kind of roll to see if this leaf is actually what he claims it to be?
Make either a knowledge local check or a knowledge nature check.
I'll make a knowledge local.
I got a 25 on knowledge nature.
And I got a 23 on knowledge local.
Alright, the both of you know the following. Wolfbane is a highly poisonous herb, and red wolfsbane is a highly poisonous herb that has the effect of enraging and immediately turning a lichen creature or a zoanthrope into their hybrid animal form. It is a very easy and effective way to reveal one, but, well, let's face it, half the time you don't really want them to be transforming. It's a very bad idea,
so he doesn't know
but
what this
one
does?
that...
Well...
it seems like he does, but he thinks it's a good idea.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? Like, if you want to identify a werewolf, this will definitely do that.
He said that I misunderstood. I thought you said he was presenting it as a cure.
Can I do a...
This goes into... Hold on. This comes into the knowledge local check. Now, the knowledge local check knows that this is all superstition. There is no conclusive evidence ever presented that wolfsbane has the ability to cure lycanthropes. Many people have experimented with different ways of using wolfsbane to do this. They've turned it into an alchemical solution. They've chewed it raw. They've literally stuffed the corpse of a werewolf with one and roasted it. You know, they've done a whole bunch of things to try and
for science.
use wolfsbane to cure it. but there is nothing conclusive that has come about ever about Wolfsbane being used for this. Now, Red Wolfsbane may be different, but you've got no evidence to believe so.
Do you consume this stuff often?
Only when I've been bitten by a ravenous werewolf, yes.
All right, can I sense motive on this guy?
Yeah.
24.
He is so unhinged, you're almost certain he has been chewing poisonous plants.
All right. Something tells me we should not be going into the forest with this guy. He's insane. Let's get the hell out of here.
No, I am right. You'll see. You'll all see. I'll prove it to you all. No, he doesn't go that. No, but he does say, no. I thought you were different. I thought you weren't like the others. They all think I'm mad, but this is true. It's just finally happened.
Just one moment.
Yes.
Just one moment, sir. Let me talk with my group, and we'll be right with you, okay?
Yeah, we probably just need to talk about this rationally.
Werewolf talks.
Yeah. Yeah.
What?
Jesus Christ, this guy's insane. We need to prevent him from probably killing himself by hunting these werewolves.
What do you mean?
That herb is going to enrage a werewolf and immediately cause it to go into a horrible rage and turn it to its like lycanthrope form.
It's also like not good to consume.
Yeah, and he's
it seems like
probably
he's
been consuming it.
been like using it as chewing tobacco.
So he's crazy.
Yeah, he's batshit crazy.
But that doesn't mean we can't use him to our advantage.
This guy, if we work with this guy, he's going to very easily put us into a horribly dangerous situation. I would guarantee it. Which, while I think sounds fun, I also don't want to get my spine severed again.
We're gonna have to fight these things either way. He has the tools to fight them.
No, he doesn't.
He has the silver.
Oh, he does have silver, but we could probably get... I still have some silver coating.
Probably
stuff.
not even actually dealing with werewolves. He just always thinks werewolves are around.
So what do we do?
Yeah, actually, that's probably a good point. These probably aren't even werewolves, realistically.
But
Sorry, just reading Shane's comment. I like to imagine that they're saying this 3 foot away from me. I can still hear you guys.
We just took a side
yeah,
step.
no, but we told you it was a private conversation.
Whoa, what the hell, man? Why are you listening?
Rude. All right. So as you guys conclude your discussion, you turn to him, and I believe either Darby says,
Yeah.
How have you fallen so far?
That's probably not what we want to be saying to
he
a
hasn't
crazy
fallen
person.
at all. We'll come with you to try to stop these things from attacking the town. That's what you want, right? You want to protect the people.
Yes, absolutely,
right?
Absolutely, and thank you.
I
Good
guess.
with that.
Oh, I'm so glad. I'm so glad to hear it. So many people have called me insane or tried to besmirch my good name. But I knew you were different. As soon as you came into the this town, I knew
of course,
I could rely on you.
Sir.
Here is...
And that's why you tested us to make sure we weren't werewolves, of course.
Well, how else are you gonna
as
know?
a friend of yours and people you trust, is there any way we can borrow some silver?
Yeah.
Oh, of course. Here, please. And he sort of hands each of you a little quiver with 20 bolts of silver.
Nice.
And he says, I came prepared. Here's one for your other friend as well. I noticed she's not here. But listen, I'm going to start scouting out the area and make sure the area is clear, okay? Come and find me. I'll be in the forest here. And he sort of gives you coordinates for how far you should travel from the town. And he says, also, this meeting never happened.
Of course not. No.
I have bribed the boy with some chocolate.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, he definitely
Did you
doesn't seem like the
stab
type
this
that would
child?
talk.
Behind you, the boy goes, ow!
Now he has.
Do you guys look at the? Do you guys go check the boy?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're gonna go look
What's
at him.
going on with the boy?
All right. As you turn around to see the boy, you see the boy is perfectly fine. He's eating some chocolate, and he's like, "Distraction." You turn around, and the old man's gone.
This guy's a shitty ninja duo team.
All right.
Well played,
so
old
you're there with
man.
the boy.
He just rolls.
So you're there with the.
He rolls into some bushes, and he just sits there
All
until we leave.
Okay.
Pretty much. Okay, guys. So, you now have a couple of things that you have in place. Obviously, firstly is you can go and investigate the warren that was mentioned earlier on. You could also potentially go and find Samus, who is the old man, while he's searching for his herb. Alternatively, you could go on your own hunt and try and earn some gold, tracking down the white stag.
Do we know, like, do we have a map of the area, and can we compare, like, where the two places are to each other?
Yeah, he the way he's pointing is to the south, whereas today's sighting, you haven't actually gone to the church to see where it was sighted today.
Okay, we'll do that. But I was talking about with the cave, the warren, and where the old man is.
Yeah, that's slightly to the north, about maybe half an hour up north.
So one's to the north and one's to the south. Okay.
Yeah, let's go check out the church, and I'd like to give the grinders some kind of warning that Samus might try to poison their leader. Just tell Donovan a little beware.
Yeah.
All right, you pass on a message so Donovan is made aware that someone may possibly try to poison the grinder with wolf.
No, not someone.
Samus.
Specifically that old man.
Very well. Very well. All right. So after you've done this warning, you head up to the church in order to just see where the sighting of the white deer is. It seems to have moved slightly to the east, so now it's a little bit more inland from there. But you can begin to make your way towards the caves if you so desire.
Where do you want to go?
I don't want any more people to get killed. These wolves seem like the priority right now, and plus they're probably we can maybe make some money off of it as well.
Right. But do we want to go to the caves to try to find the wolves? Or do we want to follow the crazy old wolf hunter to try to find the wolves?
There's no guarantee he can even get his bearings.
I think that even if he actually finds them, he's just gonna make the situation like 10 times worse.
And the other guy come back yesterday?
They came back from the northwest, so
Let's go
in the
north,
direction of where the cave would have been.
Okay.
We'll
All
go
right. Yeah,
north
we
then.
should head towards the cave then.
Let's go to the cave.
If they had come from a different direction,
Yeah.
then
All right, gathering up your belongings, you begin to make your way towards the cave. Sorora is also with you at this point, having returned, saying that she can't find Gabriel can't find Aaron anywhere, but she has found something unusual. This, of course, coming thanks to who rolled 31 before on the earlier thing. Let's have a look. It was 31 was a. Oh, sorry, no, a 3. Who got 3? Princess Slayer. So, Princess Slayer, thank you for this one, as Aurora has managed to find something with the Something Found card. And she has indeed found Aaron's backpack.
Oh wow.
Oh.
She said she found it in Aaron's room. It's his adventuring backpack. He left with it on.
And then it was back in
his
the room.
when he's gone.
Well, he's a
Where's
werewolf.
Gabriel?
Clearly.
Weren't you out here with Gabriel, Sorora?
Oh, Gabriel's continuing to look for him. But I heard that you guys were meeting up with that,
Inside
that
check
crazy old
Sorora.
man.
She's killing them all off.
Sorry.
She's just leading them into the forest one by one.
Yes, that's exactly it. Well, technically, she left with Aaron, came back with Gabriel.
Yeah.
Then she's left with Gabriel and come back with no one.
That's
So,
true.
could be.
That is a
All
little
right,
suspicious.
together- All right, guys. So to wrap up, as you guys, along with Sorora, begin to make your way through, you travel for the better part of, say, 20, 30 minutes before you come to an open clearing. Now, this area looks as though it has been cleared by force, like something had actually chopped down the trees here and made the area nice and flat, save for one tall metal structure that seems to be erected in the center of this this field. You see that there is a tabard that seems to be flying high at the top of this this pole, brandishing a very peculiar-looking mark. It almost looks like the mark of the Howland Agency in tatters.
Huh. Can I get a closer look? I don't know. I'm confused.
Oh yeah, you walk closer. As you walk closer, you hear something click beneath your feet, and you hear an all too familiar giggling sound coming from the woods. And that is where we will pause the game for today. Thank you very much, guys. We will pick this up next week at the same time. For those of you who do not understand why everyone is currently reveling in this, I think it was what, 2 episodes ago,
Yeah,
3 episodes ago,
2 episodes.
2 episodes ago. You can meet Khalil's arch nemesis in that episode, and this is the prelude to an encounter with that nemesis once more. The return of the infamous creature. Now, I'm also going to be doing like a little contest thing. So what I'd like you guys to do is bring a friend next week, right? Like find someone who you think would be interested in the show, throw them in, and I want to try and do like a big pot lottery to name this creature, because the creature up until this point doesn't have a name or doesn't have an identity, but I want you guys in the audience to help us come up with a name. Or alternatively, if you want to, like the Color Circuit or Ask a Pathfinder page and just throw out the name there. Like just send a message to us and say, hey, we need to name the gremlin that Khalil hates, and you know, you throw us some names and we'll throw it in there. We'll find the best one and we'll put it up. All right, guys. Well, that concludes Tales from the Undertaker for the day. My name has been Michael, and well, it still is Michael. I mean, it hasn't changed in between.
It has
the
been
show.
Michael.
And I am from Ask a Pathfinder. I've been Michael this evening. I'm from Ask a Pathfinder. Ask a Pathfinder, of course, is an advice and you know, it's basically a free advice and I suppose blog type thing that you can find on Facebook at facebook.com/askapathfinder. I don't just focus on Pathfinder. I also focus on other things as well, like D&D or just general good role playing. If you want to chat with me directly, I do have a Discord channel, and I do love meeting people there. The address is discord.me/askapathfinder. And there's tons of people there that just share ideas and love gaming and all that sort of stuff. And we do stuff, and we run podcasts through there as well. I do have something very exciting coming up with some people from a different group. Yeah, that's right. I play with other people. Which we are going to be running a science fiction adventure, which I will be broadcasting to YouTube coming up soon. So stay tuned for that as well. And if you again follow my stuff, you'll be able to catch all of the exciting science fiction adventures as I embark on the Starswift Chronicles, which was based off the adventures of the Windswift, where I was a player, but now I'm GMing a whole different stuff. So that's exciting. That's happening.
Nice.
And that's it from me today. Darby, I believe you've got some stuff to plug.
Yeah, I have a podcast that I do that we release new episodes every Friday called Have You Seen?
Oh yeah.
And also you can check out all of our YouTube stuff and the podcast at FapCheck.
See, I'm going to point out that when I heard about what Justin's podcast was about, I thought it was just like about just being mean to someone, because they decide on something that someone in the group has not seen, and then just talk about it like he's not there. Like, you know, oh, I loved this bit. It's basically called Spoilers Are Us, you know? Like,
No, we
just to
watched
make-
the movie.
Oh, you watched
We
the whole
watched
movie?
the movie, but the rule
Okay,
for
'cause you
us
left
having
that
to
out
put us
last time.
on the rule that we have for putting on the list is one of us has to have not seen it,
Hmm.
and then we'll watch it
Okay,
and then
okay.
discuss it.
That seems to make a lot more sense than what was mentioned last time. Last time
Hey, have you seen
this
this movie? No, we're gonna talk about it in front of you for 2
No,
hours.
oh, that's too bad. It's really good, especially the ending.
Can you imagine? Could you imagine if Infinity Wars made it onto that list? Ah, I'd kill you. I'd murder you. All right. John, do you have anything you want to plug?
No,
His
we're the only thing I have is, I guess, what?
Did you say his butthole?
Yes.
He did say his butthole.
I do need to plug that up.
As-
It's very
we're
leaky.
very classy here.
Um,
We're very classy.
Everyone laughed. It's the worst thing that we all laughed.
No, I guess we're starting to plan for KanjiCon year
Nice.
6,
Nice.
I think now. So be on the lookout for that. That's gonna be fun. We don't know anything about it yet because we just started, but it'll either be in November or December or October.
I've heard promises that they're gonna get Barack Obama.
We definitely are getting Barack Obama. Spread the word. Let everyone know. Tell all your friends. Get them to buy tickets
He
immediately.
was in an anime once, wasn't he?
Yes.
He was.
Court in the
That's,
house.
like-
He was the the president in court.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I'll
Anyways.
take your word for it.
Anyways, there's
alright,
there's no
so-
real news on that. We've just started our next planning for next year.
Oh, well, that's pretty cool. All right. With that, well, I think that covers everyone.
Yep.
Okay, so we'll see you guys. Yeah. No. All right. And of course, we can't end any game without, of course, hearing from Zach about all the cool stuff that Color Circuit's got going on.
Guys,
Take it away.
guys, today's Tuesday, which means tomorrow is Wednesday. Tomorrow is our improv day. Starting at 7 p.m. we have Improv Donut, which is a short improv show, which is a lot of fun. We have a lot of very talented improvers on the show. Followed by our improv podcast, which is a long form talk about stories and then like kind of riff off of them thing. And then later that night at about 9, we are trying a new thing. So we're going to watch a trailer of something recently dropped and basically do an improv scene following what happens post trailer, you know, basically doing an improv scene based about the trailer that they watched. So that'll be fun, hopefully, and we're going to go on that. On Thursday, we're trying something new as well. We're actually going to bring back more video games. So this Thursday, we're going to have a longer video game stream starting at 3 o'clock. I will be, of course, the leader of this show. Probably some co-op games and some traditional games. This will be the first week, and we're going to see how it feels depending on what kind of games I want to play. But yeah, guys, this Friday we're doing tabletop, which will be fun. Saturday we're doing probably another Rough Draft Theater, which is us reading through Dragon Ball Z Evolution, a good version of it, I guess, goodish, as good as you can get. Sunday, yeah, I know. It's fun. We did it at a con once. We did a live reading. It was very cool. You guys should check it out. It's on our YouTube. There's a lot of very talented people there, of course. Fruitless Journey on Sunday at 3, which is our gaming show with Tito and Scott. And Monday will be Sit Down and Pile Drive, which is our greatest and only wrestling podcast show.
All right, and then of course Tuesday's back to me. So until then, guys, thank you very much for joining us. We really appreciated having you guys come out. I do love playing with you guys because it's not just with the players, but with the audience as well. It is an awesome experience, and I hope you guys love it because not many people do it. Not many people, sort of really take what the audience wants on board and make it happen. So yeah, if you think people will like it, throw them in. And until next time, guys, as always, from us here at Color Circuit and Ask a Pathfinder, keep your dice rolling and make sure your ideas stay mindworm free. Have a good one.
Here comes this.